What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It is Thursday, July 10th. And you are with us for another episode of Dead in the Water. Yeah. As you can see, no co-host, right? No Spence. Where's Spence at, gentlemen and ladies? Where's Spence, man? Man, this dude is on an island somewhere. Chilling, vacation time. That's what Spence is doing. So, while Spence is gone, we are absolutely going to chop it up, right? We got some guests coming. I'm sure y'all will figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We got guests coming, maybe not. But I definitely got a full show for y'all today. Right now, what I'm doing is I am trying to get to the actual game that I want to watch. And that is the Nuggets, the Las Vegas NBA games. Live sports. Let me see if I can find it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Las Vegas Summer League, as you saw on the thumbnail, if you will. All right, let's see. Y'all can bear with me for a second while I look for this game. I want to make sure that I got this right. It is pretty early. There we go. Summer League. There we go. Where are we at? Dallas. Milwaukee Bucks versus the Denver Nuggets. There we go. Let me just make sure I turn this down. So hopefully everybody's week is going well. That is all these extra things you got to do. But yeah, like I said, I have a full show today. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. As you know, this is this show is a sports show on everything. So, and right now it looks like Orlando and Sacramento are still in the fourth quarter. Score 58-64. Sacramento up. 7 minutes left. So I guess they're gonna let this play out, right? And that's all good because we got plenty to talk about. Let me see. Let me make sure everything is started over here, man. I got to make sure everything is running as smooth as... Oh, no. I have to click go live. See? Turf is tripping, man. Go live. We are here. Finally. Got everything running. Appreciate y'all for coming through and hope, as always, you enjoy the show. Yeah, I got to figure this out. I got to see if everything is started, right? Looks like everything started pretty cool. Hopefully everybody's seeing. I am not seeing it on. Yeah, I do not see it on the knockout canvas, although it looks like somebody's watching on the knockout canvas. Shout out to any and everybody watching on knockout canvas. Yeah. Man, as always, turf struggle streaming. But it looks like we getting back, right? Now I just need to know if we got anybody in the chat. Okay, so let's see. Add. I don't need a camera. Yep. Go live. Let's see. Add source. I don't want that camera. What are we doing here? Hold up. Give Turf a hot second. They're making it impossible for me to add my new favorite, man. My new favorite. And as always, my dog, Chewy in the building. What's cracking, Chewy? Appreciate you for coming through as always. Hope you enjoy the show. I do see we have a few people in. Like I say, I'm just trying to get everything up and running. I would have thought, yeah, I got one of them going. I wonder why the other one isn't running. I'll have to figure that one out at another point in time. But everything else seems to be running smooth. We got Miss Law for you on Instagram. See you, Mama. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Yeah, we're gonna get this thing going and cracking here real soon. Let me make sure though. I gotta one quick thing before I start jumping into topics. Okay. Where are we at? All right. And as always, my man knows how to do it, man. Appreciate you as always, man. Absolutely appreciate you, man. Super chats. I mean, Chewy's making me get used to him. You know what I mean? That's our coffee for the day, man. Cheers to Chewy, man. Appreciate that. Absolutely. We got my main man, Jeff, in the building. That is the New England Black Hole Raiders chapter president. 401 Raider Jeff. Salute, my guy. As always, appreciate you. Hope you enjoy the show. And last but not least, before I start diving into things, a favorite. Billy D is in the building. So what up, Raider Nation? Turk and chat. I am just checking in with you guys before I go to work. Well, hey, Billy D, you have a great, great time at work today. As always, man, I definitely appreciate you checking in with us, coming through, stopping and showing that love, man. So, yeah, if y'all don't forget, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Like and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm, as they say. And, let's start getting ready for this next game. If that's the case, I don't know. It's the Summer League. I don't pay much attention to the NBA Summer League. The only other game to watch, I think, was WNBA. Not gonna happen for Turf. Sorry for the WNBA people. Just not up my alley today. Much rather the Summer League, G League, whatever you want to call this. I'm all for it though. We'll get to see some young up and comers, right? We'll get to see some young up and comers. Ooh, nice dime, nice block. Yeah, these guys look raw. Shout out to the Vegas Summer League for the NBA. Wow, yeah, that looked real raw right there. Let me see. The camera source is required. Let's see what happens here. Add source. Okay, there we go. So let's see what happens here. This is really looking wild. Go live. I don't know how I'm doing this. It looks crazy, but we're going to make it happen. TikTok in the building. I got y'all live now. You're seeing a little bit of both. Seeing one side, right? Probably looks very confusing, but it's all good. We're going to rock with it, man. We're going to rock with it. We got my man John Leone in the building. Salute, nation. Appreciate you for coming through, my guy, as always. I hope you enjoy the show. And this is another favorite of mine because I always love exactly what I get from him every time. It's Casey. I have a question. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. And, of course, any question you have, we answer. Right? That's how we do. That's how we get down over here. So, yeah. First, I figured I'd give some free love, to some of the people I love, right? You know what I'm saying? You see the shirt, you see the fit. Shout out to my partners, Team Rabati, Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu. I can't wait to get back with my peoples. It's been a while since I trained, ladies and gentlemen. I can be honest and admit it. A long time, way too long. But I will be back. I absolutely will be back. Much sooner than later. Maybe before Junior Olympics, but probably not, right? Just too hectic. But yeah, I thought I'd put this shirt on for you people in TikTok world, because I see the screen is short, especially a wide view. Yeah. Team or body. If you need to learn how to fight, if you want to learn how to fight, all those good things, right? Defend yourself. Come through if you out here in the Austin area. We got 2 locations, Georgetown and Pflugerville. Professor Rabati is the head instructor and owner, if you will. So yeah, shout out to all of my guys there. KT Ripper, one of the best black belt instructors on the planet. I mean, there's so many of them, man. Chad, I'll go on and on with that, so I will not. But the second promotion I'm giving is another special family. I could go on and on about this family and their kids as well, man, that you will be hearing about at some point in something, whether it's wrestling, football, basketball. More than likely, it's going to probably be baseball, since that's what their dad is a badass at. But the Sotos, Jed Soto and family. You see this regiment hat? I want to say they have 2 locations. I don't know, but at one point when I needed to get back in shape, and I got tired of doing the same thing, right? And I was already still training, but I needed something to, pick me up, if you will, trying to get back to that championship form shape. We hadn't done a whole lot of, if you will, we hadn't done a whole lot of tournament training, and I was looking for something, anything at that point that would give me an edge. And it just so happened that the Sotos, started looking into regimen. And let me tell you, regimen is everything is chopped up to be. If you can't find a way to get a workout and a workout the right way, along with the motivation, etc., as far as the classes are concerned, I don't know what to tell you. Only reason I stopped going is because the one I actually went to was over by the domain where I worked, and unfortunately Turf doesn't work there anymore. So that's the only reason I don't, go to this place anymore. But straight fire. Yeah, and like I say, the Sotos are my peoples, man. I can't stress it enough. That's why I say these free promotions, you obviously know, it's straight love. And regimens all across the country, right? It's just they're, individually owned. So yeah, that's enough for the shout outs, the free promotions, my peoples. Hopefully it turns you a customer or 2. And some students for the gym, man. I can't wait to get back. But yeah, let's take a look at this chat for a hot second, because I see Casey's got something in here. Let's see what Miss Casey is talking about. I'm trying not to be mean. Do you think the Raiders make it to the Super Bowl this season? That's hilarious. Absolutely not. You know this, Casey. It's all right. Good. Keep bringing up these questions that you know the answer to already, at least coming from Turf, because I don't think we have a chance in hell, right? I'm just gonna be honest. I'm sticking to my story of 6 games, 6 wins. That's what I expect. 6 wins max. Ceiling is probably 7. You want to stretch it 8. On the floor, unfortunately, is the floor is right back to where we were. I mean, 3 games. Yeah, it's tough. And don't worry, we got shows coming up to do all the predictions and so forth. Pigs in the building. Pretty slick cat. I appreciate it, man. It's definitely a cool spot to work out. If you're looking for something different, check out Regimen. I can't stress it enough. It definitely did what it needed to do for me. So I appreciate it. Pigs. I've been talking with BJ Penn the past couple of weeks. I'm hoping he fights Zuckerberg at the White House July 4th next year. That's hilarious. But keeping it real, pigs. Is that a joke? I'm assuming that's a joke. Just like this tweet you just did previous, John Jones replied to me today. That would be fire if it's true. And talking to BJ Penn, right? I mean, hey, he is a legend. He is a BJJ legend. That it doesn't matter what he's has gone through, right? Any of those things. He will be a legend forever. Absolutely forever. But what I thought was a little strange, right, was what was going on with him. I had read somewhere that he had thought his family was after him, and they were talking CTE, all kinds of unfortunate situations. So I don't know what that's looking like. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be interesting to say the least. But yeah, we're gonna figure that out sooner than later in terms of BJ Penn. It would be crazy to see him, have some type of an exhibition or, fight again. But yeah, I'm not sure how that's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how that's gonna look. So we'll have to monitor that, right, if you will. But yeah, I've always been a big, huge BJ Penn fan. Pigs. Yeah, and yeah, I see. You just put it up there. No, seriously. BJ Penn. Interesting guy. But going through some stuff right now. Yes, absolutely. He's definitely going through some stuff. And that's, I'm not putting his business, that's why I say I don't know what's going on. I'm hoping it gets resolved, right? I'm hoping he figures that thing out. Yeah, because hey, he's got a lot of fans. And he's badass, man. He's badass. We got Noah Braun in the building. What's up? Noah Braun? Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. If you haven't already, don't forget to go hit those thumbs up, right? That like button. And last but not least, please go subscribe. I'm actually streaming this on all channels. The Knockout Canvas, Ultimate Raider Fan 32. I got it on Titletown Sports Talk. Hopefully. You know what? Now that I say that, let me go to YouTube and make sure that I got my guy up there. Let me see. Let me make sure. Hopefully, I got at least one going for him. Yeah, buddy. He's got one live. So shout out to my guy Spence. If you haven't heard, Spence is on vacation. Getting it in. Well-deserved vacation. So happy to see him. Take some time for yourself, man. We all need to take some time for ourselves, for sure. But yeah, this whole BJ Penn thing, man. Look, I can talk to you all day, pigs on this stuff. You've got opinions. I've got opinions. narratives. I don't believe most of these narratives. I think it's far more complex. I agree. I don't know what his family was like previous to, all of this going on and what he's been dealing with. That's why I don't speak on it. You know what I mean? And I just hope the brother gets well. And I would hope he's still coaching, teaching, right? Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough situation, like you said, man. It's a tough situation. Fighting for a living, it's not easy, man. It's not easy at all. We got my man Hero in the building. Don't know how to salute being a Charger, though. I do know how to howdy. Good day, gentlemen. Turf, happy to be heard. CTE is a bitch. You are right, man. You are right. And as always, Hurricane, I appreciate you for coming through, regardless of you being a Chargers fan, right? None of that matters. These YouTube streets, particularly in sports, and us, talking about it, talking about everything, not just football. Everyone's welcome, especially on Thursday nights, right? I mean, look who I do this show with. A Patriot fan, man. You know what I'm saying? I see you, Jimbo. The Jimbo is in the building. Appreciate you for coming through, Jimbo. Hopefully you got me over here on YouTube as well, and all the other platforms, right? LinkedIn, all of that good stuff. But you see who's here? It's Angelo. Coach Angelo's in the building. What's up, Coach?
Hey, I was gonna tell you. So, I was checking on all the different YouTubes.
Yeah.
Do you mean to not have the vertical version go live? Because none of the vertical versions are live on the channels.
None of my verticals are live?
Yeah. So on Ultimate Raider Fan, the vertical isn't live. It just says upcoming. And then on the Knockout Canvas, the vertical isn't live. It just says upcoming. So I just wanted to make sure if you meant to do that on purpose.
I did not mean to do that on purpose, and that's why you need people to look out for you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. That's oh wait, I see it on YouTube. For the Ultimate Raider Fan 32 show, I do see both.
Okay, that's good. How about on the Knockout Canvas?
The Knockout Canvas, I only see one going, and it's not. Okay. It's only the horizontal version.
The horizontal.
You are right. Okay. I don't know why the vertical isn't running.
Well, last night we had our first freeze.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You know what's great though is I rewatched it, and other than the fact that we didn't get to end with the number one ranked guy in Tank Davis,
right?
It was a perfectly good hour show.
Yes, it was great.
It sounds just like when you do your Tuesday nights and you're breaking down Raider material so that people who don't have the time or don't understand the ins and outs of the roster, and you're breaking it down for them. That's what the show sounded like. We were breaking down the 135-pound division for boxing. So yeah, it worked out great. Worked out well.
Yep. Appreciate
shout out to the whole chat, man.
Yes, sir. They out here in full effect. Man,
everybody's live. You're already getting all these martial arts questions, man. And, I want Professional E to come back. Professional E
Professional E was an interesting character last night. Very interesting character.
We don't mind it. We actually like that's the whole point is we want the banter. We want people to challenge us on our thoughts. We like that. You don't have to agree. It's just that me and Turf will prove to you why we're right.
We got Jimbo on YouTube. What's up, Jim P? Appreciate you for sliding on over through, man. Yeah, if you're a fan of combat sports too, don't hesitate to go over to that other channel, the Knockout Canvas, and make sure you like and subscribe there. I got everything running. Once the season starts, Jimbo, the Raiders channel will specifically be just Raiders. I may even start another just sports channel in general to start, putting dead in the water and Knockout Canvas. During these off seasons and lulls. Right now, I'm going to run everything like I'm doing because we're going to talk about everything. Right. I have a big, huge syllabus for tonight, and it's literally everything. Hockey. I mean, hey, I'm gonna have to look up some stuff. I'm sure Angelo's
Yeah.
gonna be looking up some because we're
Yeah.
gonna
No.
talk about it all, whether we know a little bit about it or a lot. So
No.
that's what
Definitely,
I'm
Daddy.
trying to do. That's what I'm trying
And
to do with
Jimbo, I
this
mean,
chat.
the big sports thing that's happening this week is it's the fights, man. Boxing's happening tomorrow on Netflix,
Yep.
and boxing's happening on DAZN on Saturday. They're both on New York. These are major fights. We broke it down on the Knockout Canvas yesterday,
Yes, sir.
last night, and I don't know if you got to see it today, Turf, but the weigh-ins for the women,
Right.
man, bro, that
Yeah, I
was
saw a little
hard.
bit. I saw a
Man,
little bit.
hey, you know what? Like, for as much as we may rag on Jake Paul for not wearing 10-ounce gloves, and and we don't rag on him about anything else. We always
Right.
talk positively about all the other things he's doing. It's just the
Right.
10-ounce glove thing is a stickler for us.
Yep.
But man, the way I don't know how much money he spent on that, but it's a lot. Like that was better than a UFC weigh-in show.
Right.
The way they put it together, the way they had the models with the fighters, and I mean, man, I was like, damn, this is a show. You guys are
Yep.
doing your thing there in New York. So very
Absolutely.
impressive. And it actually it hyped me up more for the fights that are coming up, man. I mean, like they had Layla Ali there to talk.
Nice. I love Layla.
Yeah, and Andre Ward
Mhm.
was there also. So it sounds like that's going to be their team,
Well,
their broadcast team.
yeah. Well, I don't know if you had heard the noise, but I know there was a lot of noise on Jake Paul fighting.
Oh, you talking
SOG.
about Anthony? Who is it? Who was it?
SOG. Son of
Oh
God.
yeah. No,
You know
well,
he
I mean,
won't
I
fight
hope
it.
so.
He will.
That would
He
be
would never fight.
fantastic.
That is
But
the
no,
fight. Yeah, and I don't
no,
see.
because
Yeah.
the thing is with Andre Ward and grew up in the Bay with Andre Ward, saw him throughout his process there when he was training at King's Gym in Oakland, and coming from Hayward and the whole bit. And Andre's great, but you and I both know that the one thing about Andre Ward is he's a very technical fighter.
Oh yeah.
Like we're talking like high IQ, very technical. Like because remember that's kind of where he was at. He wasn't a Roy Jones. Like Roy
Right.
was another animal. Roy was gonna
Whole
entertain you.
different monster.
Yeah,
Whole different monster.
yeah. Andre Ward's kind of like his fan base are people who appreciated technical, and then also they appreciated a fighter who didn't talk smack, a fighter
Right.
who believed in God, like the cleanest of the clean. that was Andre Ward. That was the
Yep.
demographic of Andre Ward, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, I can't possibly see that. Come on.
Nah, he won't. He knows better. It'd be script that. I'll put it to you this way. If Andre Ward fought Jake Paul and he didn't knock him out, it's because it's scripted. That would be the end of be all. It would be absolute guaranteed. I know for a fact he paid people off because there's
Right.
no way on God's green earth he's not getting knocked out by
Right.
SOG. I'm sorry, that's just not going to happen.
And again, this
It's
is
not
the whole
gonna.
thing, right? Like Jake Paul's protecting his brand. He's
Right.
using his current brand right now to open up doors for Netflix. To like one of the smartest things, and I'm free to tell this on the Turf and Spence show tonight, but the very thing you're seeing right now that Netflix is doing with women's boxing, Turf,
Right.
your guy right here. Okay. I
Yeah.
remember having a dinner with when I was with Orion Sports Management, which was the largest and best promotional group for boxing in the
Mhm.
entire state, the entire nation of Canada, right? And
Nice.
I was directly under the CEO Alan Tremblay, and I remember having a dinner with Steven Espinoza, who was at the time had just become the Showtime executive director for for sports, all right?
Right.
Having dinner with him and one of the Orion Sports Management fighters, and she was female. She was the best. Like she was like a female Manny Pacquiao, right? Anyhow, I did this entire pitch to him about women's boxing.
Right.
This is we're talking. Turf. We're talking. This is 2000 and I want to say 2012, bro. So this is what, like
A long time.
12 years ago, 14 years ago, or something. Right?
Yeah.
It was a while back. I did a whole pitch. I explained the geography of it, why women's boxing is so popular in Mexico and Argentina and China and Japan. I was showing him like the numbers, the crowds, the whole bit, right?
Right.
And he was interested. Unfortunately, Turf, and you and I both know this, there's a lot of sexist motherfuckers in boxing, right? And they just did not want to push it forward.
Right.
So, what happens 2 years or a year and a half later? Dana White says, who Dana White at the time was saying, I'll never let women fight in the UFC.
Right.
Then what happens? He all of a sudden goes, I'm going to open it up. And then what happens to the UFC, Turf?
Right.
It gets an entire new demographic. Moms and women, soccer, women, everything, right? They got a whole new demographic of people following, you know, Ronda Rousey and Holly Holm and all the, and he grew it, right?
Right.
And even still throughout that entire time, bro, as well as women's boxing is done outside the U.S., as well as it's done in the U.K.,
Right.
you know, even once it got into the Olympics, the first women's Olympics was in 2012.
Yeah.
It took all the way up until now, Turf, until this week,
Yeah.
for there to be a first ever all-female
Right.
17 world title fight card in New York, in the United States, which is insane to me. Which is, again,
It is. That is insane.
Yeah, progress takes a long time, but you know, but once it's out there now, I can see this being a global success because of Netflix and really what Netflix cares about, and you guys should understand this, is storytelling. That's what they are. They're a storytelling company.
Absolutely, 100%.
So imagine all of the different countries that they're going to be telling stories to, with all of these different women from Spain, from the UK. Somebody's in the UK but is from Somalia. Somebody's in Quebec but's really Hawaiian. Like, there's so many different storylines here that I can see this being a great success. And like I told you last night, Turf, one lady is making well north of $5 million.
Yeah, that's real money.
Another lady is either getting anywhere between $7 million to $10 million. Like, come on, bro.
It's real money.
Come on, right? It's a $250,000 performance bonus. Dude, that's 5 times the amount that the UFC gives out. You know what I mean?
It is.
Like, there's some real money that Jake Paul's throwing around here, man.
Like,
He's not being cheap about this at all. So kudos.
Yes.
Kudos to that. Please, everybody, watch that on Netflix. It's completely free. It's not on pay-per-view. You could go on Netflix Sports for the YouTube portion that starts at 3 p.m. Pacific. 2 p.m. Pacific. 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central Time. And then the Netflix portion starts at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. So check it out. Every fight's going to be great.
And with that being said, there is a hot take. And I think I'm echoing because of your speaker. Is that your speaker? Yeah. But Jake Paul bets $1 million on Amanda Serrano.
Ooh.
Yeah. You
already know what my take was last night.
Right. So he says Jake Paul is either real confident in Amanda Serrano after losing twice to Katie Taylor, or he's simply a really good promoter. That's because El Gallo recently put up, and I didn't know he called himself El Gallo. I don't even know what Gallo is in Spanish.
The cock.
Oh, is that what that is? The cock.
Yeah.
The cock. Recently put up $1 million bet with none other than former rival Mike Tyson for the upcoming trilogy fight between Serrano and Taylor, which is set to go down this Friday night, July 11th in Madison Square Garden in New York City, live on Netflix. So there you have it.
$1 million, man.
Yeah, $1 million. That's a pretty penny right there, man. That is a pretty penny.
It's all going to be about the Drake curse, anyways, Turf. If Drake bets on Amanda Serrano, then I'll believe you that Katie Taylor will most.
I know, right? Right. Right.
But there is this growing narrative, like I said, that because Serrano's the one that's the A side, even though she's not the champ, she's not undisputed. And in fact, when they weighed in today, even though it's for the 140-pound undisputed belts, they still had to weigh in at 136,
Right.
which is part of the contract, right? So,
Mhm.
so Katie Taylor pretty much, and I can, and the one take I'll say about it is, if you're Katie Taylor and you honestly believe that you can beat this girl no matter what it is, right?
Right.
Oh, you wanna walk last,
Right.
you want
Whatever
this,
that,
you
whatever
want
you
that,
need.
but I'm gonna get $10 million. Like, that's fine with me. I'm gonna whoop your ass either way.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
I feel like you're right in that take that Katie Taylor should win, just like you said, and that's who you're picking. My only thing about it, as I told you last night on the knockout canvas, is that I feel like there's this growing narrative to give it to Serrano,
Right.
to just give it to Serrano, give her one,
Yep.
right? So that if it ends up being close, judges are human,
Right.
We
They'll
saw
try.
what happened to Lamont Roach Tank, and that was in New York, right?
Right. Right.
So
Right. Right.
but if Katie Taylor does what you believe she can still do at 39,
Right.
which is to move her
Yes.
legs and have that nice boxing skill set, then yes, she should definitely beat Amanda Serrano. And by the way, Turf, after our show last night, I went back, I rewatched the first fight,
Right.
rewatched the second fight. I had Katie Taylor winning both.
Right.
Like no matter how close anyone thinks it is, like Katie Taylor just seems to me that she was on command. She moved her feet well.
Right.
She used her jab well. She was catching her with that hook, because Serrano is a southpaw, so it was easier to catch her with a hook. So, but we'll see, man. I know I'm not placing any bets on that fight. That one's too hard to call.
Nah. Yeah, I'm staying away from that too.
$1 million though.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm moving into this thing that we're watching tonight, the NBA Summer League, ladies and gentlemen. That actually started tonight. Again, I'll be honest. Turf does not watch a lot of basketball. And basketball used to be my love. It was my everything. I was
Right.
actually better in basketball than I was in football.
Right.
It's just right when you got to pick and choose, and there's one that suits you better than the other. That's what I did. But it's opening night. Everybody is 0-0. Do you have any idea how long the summer league has been going on in Las Vegas?
From what I understand, it started on today, July 10th, and it's supposed to happen all the way till July 20th.
Right, but I mean, do you know how long this has been going on?
Yeah, the summer league's been here for a while, Turf.
It's been going on for 20 years.
Yeah.
This is the 20th year, which is a fun fact that the summer league has existed. I've actually never been to a summer league game until I want to say last year or the year before. My homeboy, who is just a huge basketball fan. We all are from the Northeast, right? If you're from Connecticut, you all about basketball one way or another. But that was my first time going, man. I don't even remember the game, but it was dope. It was during the summertime. It was a good game, man. It was a really good game, actually. And
Yeah, I'm surprised because I remember, I know it's been here for a long time because my son's first summer game here is when he was going crazy for, and I don't know if you remember this with your kids, but
right.
my son was going crazy for Lonzo Ball, like back when he was like 10 or 11 or something, and
Yep.
he was like, we got to go see him. So I took him to one of them games where Lonzo Ball played, and the whole bit. It's still at the same old Thomas and Mack turf. They haven't upgraded that damn thing
At all.
it still looks like what it looked like back in the Running Rebels days, in the 90s, bro, when I was a freshman. And,
Yep.
So hasn't been upgraded, but no, the summer league's been here for quite a while, and actually, fun fact for you, Stacey Augman,
Hey,
is a
Running Rebel.
He's a part of the UNLV player
Running Rebel.
directors now. He's back home,
Mhm.
doing like player scouting or whatnot. He's a part of the
Right.
whole thing. So
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure you don't watch summer league like you're watching it right now, but
Right.
uh, yeah,
Exactly.
I think it's more interesting to see all the different trades and craziness happening in the NBA, man.
It's wild. It's wild. So what I'm noticing, there's a lot of names I cannot pronounce as far as the top 15. You know what I'm saying? Rookies coming into the league and who you'd be looking for. You know, in terms of what you're watching this summer. 15 and 14. Oso, Igodaro, and Kaman Maluach from Phoenix, the Phoenix Suns. Uh, Kaman Maluach, he's a first round pick, big man, right? Um, he's worth monitoring. They're saying he's pretty big. And it's tough to find big men that can play this day and age. The way that the game's translated, right? It's just simple, right? You got to have some kind of athleticism and agility to run up and down court. There's no such thing as a big man in the middle just chilling anymore. So he's
And he
somebody to
seems
watch.
pretty big. How big is he, Turf?
Yeah, he's got to be a center. Let me see what his stats are. Let's see. Yeah, he's 6'8", 220 pounds.
Ooh.
Wait,
Okay.
no, that's not him. That's another guy. Hold on. These guys, man, I don't even know where he comes from. I'm assuming he's like he doesn't have a wiki page. Yeah, he comes from Sudan. He's from South Sudan, ladies and gentlemen. All right, played at Duke. Ah, okay. Yeah, this dude is huge. He's 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 7'2".
Whoa.
Yeah,
What?
so now you know why he's somebody to look for. Played at
Man,
Duke, and this is
7'2".
showing my ignorance in basketball. So hey, for all y'all in the chat who are some basketball heads, that's laughing like I can't. Yeah, exactly. Please enlighten us. Let us know, because like I say, I'm getting back into basketball. And knowing the top 15 as far as rookies are concerned, I don't know people that are into basketball that's going to know that, particularly with some of these guys coming from out of the country. And not, unless you really are looking. But those are two names to look for. And also, Iguodaro is a returning rookie. They say he's improved his jump shot, and he's a key summer player. So
Wow.
could be somebody. Yeah, it could be somebody that you see ends up eventually making the squad. Who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, being mentioned for top 15 for anything, in my opinion, is it's worth having a conversation about. And those are the top two on the bottom.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I'll be interested to see how many of the rookies, like, is Cooper Flag gonna actually play in the
I
summer league,
know,
or
I know,
you know,
and I'm sure you already know where he resides on this list. It's not
yes,
hard to find out.
yeah, yeah, no, I'm sure when Spence is back, he'll know more info
Oh,
about
that
all
this
of this
is
stuff.
this is Spence's wheelhouse right here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get me wrong, NFL is just as bad, if not worse, but basketball, this is his joint. He would be all over this right now.
Right.
Speaking of Tyler Kolek, right, his second year, New York Knicks. They're anticipating him to have some big time development, take a big jump. Right, anytime your second, third year, you should be looking to jump. You should be looking to make strides. And if not, right, that can be a problem. So second year for him. David Jones Garcia, the San Antonio Spurs, and I have to tell y'all, the Spurs is actually that's my side team. I'm gonna say that's my new side team, and in fact, for right now, it's my interim first team. You heard it here first on Dead in the Water. The San Antonio Spurs is officially Turf's team right now in basketball. Officially. Until
How close are you driving wise to San Antonio
only
Spurs
about an
Stadium?
hour and 15 minutes.
So you could go watch it. You
Oh,
could go watch
absolutely.
it.
I've been to a
Yeah.
couple of Spurs games. Shout out to the Spurs. And shout out to my guy, Chef Ed. So, Chef Ed, this is wild because Chef Ed is a Raider through and through, meaning he's a big time Raider fan. Chef Ed is one of my training partners, man. Bro, I
Oh,
miss Chef
what?
Ed so much, bro. Chef Ed is Chef Ed for a reason. This man has cooked for 4 presidents. He actually runs everything for the San Antonio Spurs right now in terms of all of the food, everything across the board, top to bottom. Um, yeah, and I mean, this dude, man, he's one of the coolest people you will ever meet in your entire life. His sons, Storm, Steel, man, I know some cool, badass families, man, that I've met from out here. But yes, I'm going into a tangent because yes, he's basically part of the Spurs camp team, right? I mean, he cooks for him. He's one of those guys.
Wow.
So yeah, it's my new team, man, and
Wow.
yeah, I'm curious to see how they turn out. I was always a fan of Webignana. Even when they started talking about him way young, I
Right.
started keeping tabs on him. So I'm not just
Right.
pulling that out of my behind. I've kind of
Right.
been a Spurs fan, and I find I've gravitated to my Texas teams, right? Being a Texan for the last 20 years. And
Right.
the Spurs, I've always liked the Spurs. I'm always going to be hook 'em horns. Always. 100% hook 'em horns. So,
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
was gonna say,
go ahead.
with the Spurs. I mean, I got to pay attention to them because it's the highest a Filipino player ever got taken, man. The number 2 overall pick, Ron Harper,
Yeah.
and it's been the whole talk for you guys on the chat. You guys know they're starting to do the Mount Rushmore of NBA moms, and Dylan Harper's mom is right up there. She's like totally classic Filipina mom,
Yep.
Turf. The way she talks and the whole bit, right? But yeah, man, Ron Harper. I don't know why you got divorced with Dylan's mom, but she did the job, man. And the crazy thing, Turf, is she's the first Filipina to be in Division 1 basketball.
Really?
She coached them up the whole way.
Yeah.
The only thing Ron Harper really gave that kid is the genes, man, because
Wow.
he was raised all Filipino by his mom and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Dylan Harper, bro, Dylan Harper
Dylan
with
Harper.
Wemby and De'Aaron Fox. That's gonna be a nasty squad right there. That'll be a good
Right,
squad.
right. Huh. Pigs. Look for Reed Shepard to break out for the Rockets. Seen him play at the Christmas game in Toronto. Yeah, I've heard some good things about him too. Actually, the Rockets, they got a squad. Just shout out to the Rockets. I mean,
Oh, they
right? They
got
just
Kevin
traded for.
Durant.
That's what I'm saying. They just traded for KD. Like, bro, they got a squad. They got a squad for real, and it's gonna be interesting to see how that turns out. So
Right.
shout out to San Antonio. 11 on this list. Bronny James, second year
Oh,
as a Laker. Obviously, high profile media draw.
right.
Crazy pressure, right? I don't expect him to have much time, right?
He's the
I don't.
Jake Paul of the NBA.
Right, right. But I mean, hey, he's starting to put up. At least that's what it looks like. Looks like he's
Right.
starting to put up. We'll have to see how that goes. But he's in
Right.
his second year, and what did I just say? We expect some leaps, right?
Right.
Second year, I
Right.
expect him to start showing up a little bit, man. Showing up a little bit. And then,
Right.
hey, the Brooklyn Nets, man, they got this kid, Danny Wolf, 7 foot forward. He's got
Wow.
he averages 22
Is he like a
points,
Kevin
9
McHale type player?
rebounds. Huh?
Is he like Kevin McHale?
I I would assume he's from Australia. So I'm gonna see I'm so wrong for this, but I'm assuming he's just one of he's not gonna be one of those tough bangers down low. 7 foot forward and 22 points, 9 rebounds. He's got ball handling skills, great playmaking flair, if you will. But Australian professional. We're getting a lot of Australians lately. Where's my ball people at? What's this thing with Australians now coming
Hey
through?
man, Australians are doing it all. Turf.
They
I mean,
are.
They have the best fighters coming out right now, both MMA and boxing.
Damn, I
Right?
didn't realize that.
Oh, bro. Oh, are you kidding? Jai Apataya, man.
Well, no,
He's
I
the
know. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't realize that because a few years back I went to Brisbane,
Oh, you went to Brisbane?
Australia,
You went to
to
Brisbane?
for work. Yes, and I trained. I worked out. It's too long ago for me to remember the name right now of the gym. I feel horrible, but
What year was it, Turf, that you went? Do you remember the year?
22, 23,
Okay, 2022 or 23.
22
All
or
right, not that long
2023.
ago.
No, not
Yeah,
long at all.
I was in Brisbane because I was coaching Frank to fight Mark Hunt during that time, and
Yes,
I was there for like
yes,
10 days. Man, it was a great experience.
right. Very different. So,
Definitely, yeah.
did you get homesick?
I did.
I was
I'm not gonna.
super. See,
Yeah.
bro, I'm trying to. So listen here. For all these people that think they can just go right, because I'm not gonna lie, I've been other places nowhere remotely close to being homesick. One of them, Lima, Peru. That's probably my second favorite
Okay.
place on the planet.
Right.
But dude, Australia had me sick, dude. I mean, when you after you the newness, right, and you're learning everything, and the different culture, etc. You just start realizing there is nothing there that
No,
resembles
dude.
America.
Yeah. Yeah, and it
Nothing.
was very different, right? It felt very. I mean, it was just strange. Like kangaroos were everywhere, right? And they were saying that it's just a thing, and sometimes people just shoot them, to get rid of them and stuff. And but yeah, no, you're right. It wasn't. It didn't feel like. And I'll say this throughout my entire world travels,
Mm-hmm.
nothing really beats the United States. And I'm
Right.
not, I'm
Right.
not just saying that, like I'm just keeping it real. Like, I grew up in the Philippines, then I came to the United States.
Right.
So the comparison between the two already is like huge, right? But
Correct.
it isn't until like after when I got to my 20s, and then I traveled from the United States back out to other countries that you start to realize, wow,
Yep.
man, we are so lucky.
Yep.
Like the way our system is set up, and just even
Absolutely.
sanitation
Yes.
like just
Yes.
sanitation alone, or stuff like that. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Brisbane was I don't know, the bathroom was weird, kind of. Did you ever notice that about the water? Like, it was
Yes.
just kind of weird, right?
All
Like
of it.
everything felt off. Everything felt backwards.
All of it.
Backwards.
I agree.
Yeah.
All of it.
The
Shout
training
out.
was cool though. I'm
Yeah.
glad you mentioned about the training.
Yes.
They do have some really good martial artists over there, jiu-jitsu and
Right.
karate,
Right.
and boxing. And they also, the way they look at it is they're not as ego-driven competitive.
Not
I
even
wanna
close.
say.
Not at all.
Yeah, they're
Not
more
at
like
all.
it's just a sport. Like, hey,
Right.
mate, we're rolling around.
Yeah,
Let's go get a
I'll
beer
find
and
out. I'll
stuff.
let you guys know where I went just in case somebody visits because it was a badass school. It was very welcoming. I can't say that for everywhere. I'm just gonna be honest. You've been places that you wouldn't let your fighters go back and train.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you're like, nah. Whether
Yeah.
it's staff infections, whether it's
Yes.
just bullies that are there to just hurt you and work on what they care about and not. Yeah, there's a lot of issues with going to train places and you're really not up to speed on how things can go bad real fast in the gym that you're not we're accustomed to. So I said shout out, real talk, Raider Nation. That's our guy, man. Appreciate you for coming through. You definitely got to go check out his channel. Y'all already probably know about him anyways, because pretty much everybody we have on our show comes from his background, or his base, if you will, right? Like just like a lot of us, man. But real talk, I love his content, man. Absolutely can't wait to get up with him again. And we got Sin City Raiders, man. My guy is starting to show back up regularly. What's good, homies? Raiders. As always, my man, appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed the show. Yeah, so where were we at? Bronny James, Danny Wolf, right? Brooklyn
Oh,
Nets.
you were gonna tell us what was the gym?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to find it. I'm gonna find it. I want to just get through this list so we can go to the next
Yeah,
next topic real quick. But another Brooklyn lottery pick, Igor Demon. See again, come on, man. Exactly. Nobody knows where these people come from. You
Okay.
know, they're from all different countries, right? Another Brooklyn kid. So Brooklyn has three young
They
guys.
had five first round picks.
Oh, that's right. But the three of them are on this list
Okay.
as far as being right in the top 15. So that's
Okay.
impressive. Nolan Trayor. Yeah. Mixed debut, 13 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Primary guard. So, I mean, shout out to the Nets, man. I mean,
We'll see
they
what
might be
happens.
picking it up. Yeah. This is
I mean, we saw what happened with the Thunder. They went from the worst team, and it only took them what 5 years,
holding
and
the
they're winning an
trophy.
NBA champion. Yeah.
Holding the
So
trophy.
you
Yeah.
never know, man.
Yep. You never know. So my question is these games the quarters must not be as long. I haven't been paying attention. They did start the Denver Milwaukee game. Denver's up 12-8 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, but that's what I'm confused on. I don't know why I'm saying I'm confused. I haven't been paying much attention. Shouldn't have any confusion at all. UTA. Who's
Okay,
UTA?
can I give you some breaking news because it's from ABC 7
Heck
News
yeah.
Bay Area.
Heck
I
yeah.
don't know if you've heard about this yet, but apparently NFL running back Najee Harris has been confirmed as one of the injured in the fireworks explosion in Kansas.
Oh.
So he's from the Bay, so I guess he was visiting in the Bay. His
Oh.
agent released a statement to ESPN saying the Chargers RB suffered a superficial eye injury during the explosion in Antioch, but he is expected to be ready for the upcoming season.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah. You got to pick
Fireworks
up
is no
Amari
joke.
and Hampton if you're playing fantasy.
Yeah, right? You already know. He about to get that work. He
Yeah.
about to get that work.
So, I mean, they're saying he's going to be good, but they were telling us Christian Wilkins was going to be good. And
Bingo.
what happened to that?
You already know what happened. We drafted like 4 defensive tackles. That's what happened with that. Because I knew something was wrong the minute we kept drafting freaking defensive tackles. I was like, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Yep.
Well,
something was wrong.
It is what it is. But go ahead and get through your NBA.
Yeah, who is UTA? Utah Jazz. Shout out to the Jazz.
UTA. Yeah, Utah. That would be
Utah. Yep. Kyle Filipowski. He was an early second round pick. But
is there any reports saying that they're going to allow Ace Bailey to play? Because that's who I would be interested in watching play from Rutgers.
So, as I'm going on this list, Utah has 3 players on this list, which is again impressive, right? To have 3 of the top 15. I mean, Utah hasn't been much, but apparently they are looking to do something now. Yeah, with this Kyle Filipowski kid, but they also have, since we're on them, Walter Clayton Jr. at number 4. And the guy you just mentioned, Ace Bailey, at number 3. Yeah. Dude, he was the number 5 pick overall.
Yeah.
So
Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper were the 2 guys from Rutgers that everybody expected to be in the top 3.
Correct.
So,
correct.
And what's crazy, Turf, is he didn't want to go to Utah, but Danny Ainge was like, I don't care what you want.
Right.
You're the best player on the board.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, but he's the real deal, Turf.
100%. 100%. I mean, he dominated their league. 18.7 rebounds. Elite scoring in defense. I mean, yeah. And then this kid, Walter Clayton Jr., they have too, a big guard with shooting and rim ability. He was averaging or scored, 20 plus as well in the Salt Lake City League. So, yeah, these guys are monsters. So that means Utah should be somebody to look out for, ladies and gentlemen.
Might be something.
They might be something. They might have turned it upside down for themselves. They got number 6, New Orleans, the Pelicans. Jeremiah Fears, versatile downhill guard. He was picked number 7 overall. And he stands
Okay.
6 on this list. Strong scoring and playmaking skills is what they got him in. And then Philly with the number 3 pick, VJ Edgecombe. He's standing at 5. Yeah, he's standing at
I heard
5.
he was good. Yeah, VJ.
Two-way athletic wing with 28, 10, and 4 is what they're saying he possibly could, could do, right?
All right.
And SAS has got to be
San Antonio
San
Spurs,
Antonio
bro.
Spurs, right? Yep, that's Dylan Harper, number 2. Dog, the San Antonio Spurs.
Filipinos in the house.
They about to have a squad, bro. They about to have a squad. Yeah. And then obviously, last but not least, shout out to the homeboy Nico Harrison, my guy, my dude. I'm tired of them messing with you, bro. You got Cooper Flag, bro. Tell him to shut up. Tell him to shut up.
I heard directly from Spence's mouth though that Cooper Flag's not going to stay, man.
Yeah, I know.
Spence
said he's 4 and done. That would be sick. That would be sick. That would be sickening. Yeah. Yep.
He loves Boston, I guess.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, if he's from like Maine or something, so it's to be expected.
Man. They could end up being pretty good if everybody actually plays in Dallas. But man, what are they doing with Kyrie Irving? Do you know?
Right.
What are they doing with Anthony Davis? Do you know any of that? What they're doing?
I don't. I'm in the dark, just like everybody else. In the dark. But hey, that is the NBA Summer League watch along. Thought that was a good segment. That was actually a great segment, in my opinion.
Hey man, you're giving news for things that I didn't even know.
So now it's time to jump into a little bit of NFL training camp sneak peek news, right? Just a little bit.
All right.
Camps open mid-July. Chargers rookies report July 12th. I did not know that. I did not know the rookies.
So that's this weekend?
That's right. And you've already broken the news, some of the news in terms of the free agent running back they just acquired in Najee Harris having some issues. Yep. I don't know, man. I don't know what that's going to look like.
We'll see,
but I mean, they have the best running back out of the draft.
Right.
To my knowledge, that I get it. We got Ashton Jante, but I think Omarion Hampton is the best running back of this draft class. So,
well, the difference I'll say is that their offensive line is better than our offensive line. Is that fair for me?
I mean, that difference is an understatement. I mean, I'm talking just back for back. I think that Omarion Hampton. I mean, if you see him stand next to Ashton Jante, that in itself is going to be eye-opening. Eye-opening. It's going to be eye-opening if you watch Omarion Hampton stand next to Ashton Jante. You're going to say, uh-oh. Right? Because I'm just telling y'all right now, there's only one Emmitt Smith. There's only one Emmitt Smith, man. My biggest fear is his health. Just going to keep it a bean. My biggest fear with Ashton Jante is going to be his health.
Right.
I just don't see him being Emmitt Smith. I just don't see it. I mean, I'm praying I'm wrong, but I think Emmitt only comes around once in a lifetime.
Right.
I don't think you're going to see another Emmitt in your lifetime. At least if you're of my age and older, you're not seeing another Emmitt Smith. No. Right. This is about as close as we'll get, in my opinion. But yeah, there's still a lot of contract disputes, right, if you will. JJ Watt, he's not signed yet, is he?
Not yet. And then
Yeah,
there's
that's
rumors that he might go to the Texans, but I don't know if that's true.
that would
That's a rumor.
be crazy.
I mean, that'd be just sick, man, because they
That would
already have
be
Will Anderson, Daniil
crazy.
Hunter, and then you're gonna add T.J. Watt. That's
That
too
would
many.
be crazy. That would be unfair. It just wouldn't even be right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be tough. But I mean, there's all kinds of news, right? As far as we got the Browns, the Cleveland Browns. Everybody's right interested in the Browns for the obvious reasons. And one of them you may not even be thinking about, which is the other people outside of Shador. One of the biggest surprises the Browns are saying coming out of camp is their wide receiver, Tom Moore. Yeah, I
Really?
that's what I said. But the other thing too, running backs, Judkins. Judkins was
Yes.
viewed as one of the running backs in this year's class who would be ready to go as an impactful starter from day one, showing a great combination of power and speed, not to mention his elusiveness. So, I mean, it looks like he's been doing some work. The offensive line sounds like the offensive line has been gelling. They still got issues at quarterback. We all know that, obviously. And they don't necessarily have the best of the secondary situation either in terms of
Hmm.
their safeties. So that's going to be interesting to see if who rises to the top as far as
Right.
that safety room and what they
Right.
look like, you know.
Right.
And that again, this is just some sneak
Hey.
peeks. Ah, we got my guy Severe in the building.
How you
Yeah.
did you trap me? Is that what you did, Professor P? Because we haven't even gotten to the boxing segment yet of this Saturday, and all of a sudden I see Severe. We just did the 135 lightweight breakdown last
Oh,
night.
we lost him. Where'd he go?
Oh, we lost him. Man, I'm like,
I'm
are you
sure
setting me up? Am I getting set up?
hopefully our man will make another appearance quick here. I know he's got a show tonight too. And
Right,
hey, look,
right.
Turf don't get upset at anything in terms of content and what people go to watch. If you want to hear about that Raider talk, hey, when his show start, please feel free to move right on over. Again,
Right.
like I say, this show is all sports, and like I got a whole syllabus tonight, so we're getting through it. Damn it, even stuff I don't know about. Like I said, especially these next two topics, man. We got hockey and baseball coming up, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. Yeah, but just finishing up on that NFL stuff. Have you heard of anything else? Is
No, man. I
is
mean,
there anything you're thinking about?
NFL wise, the biggest take I have this week for NFL is Lincoln Kennedy was on the Captain Jack
Yeah.
show on
Shout out to Captain Jack. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that was really telling, just because what was fun is it didn't feel like someone was interviewing a former athlete. It felt like two friends that are just catching up, because Lincoln has known Captain Jack for a long time, right? So
Yes.
he was really guards down, turf, and he just started like any question we asked. So you know me, like I
Yeah.
asked, so what's up with the O line?
That's his
I want to know.
specialty. Yeah.
So the big thing is, because I straight asked him, I said, hey, from what I understand, Thayer Mumford supposedly could be the left guard and could even start as the left guard. But what do you know? What are you hearing? So
Right.
what he knows, Turf, this straight from the mouth of Babe, bro. He said the reason why Thayer Mumford has to be swing tackle as his position right now
Hello.
is because if they don't
There we go.
fix, nice to see you back. Samir. Nice to see you.
He's back.
So what
Yeah.
Lincoln Kennedy said is, if they don't figure out this whole Colton Miller thing, for
Mhm.
us not to be surprised if Thayer Mumford is our starting left tackle to start the
Bro.
first couple of games of the season.
That
Then I started thinking about it. I was
make
like,
me sick.
that's fucking possible. Like I mean,
I don't like it.
hey, I don't like it either, bro. I don't like it either. Like, but I'm just saying that if Colton Miller for real does what Chris Jones did, I
Right.
don't want to play on my final year.
Right.
None of my money is guaranteed. You
Right.
need to at least restructure it so that I get guaranteed money. We could have a holdout in our hands. And if
Right.
we have a holdout in our hands, and I was going to ask you that, Turf, because you would know this better than me.
Yeah.
If Colton Miller does hold out, does that mean we have to count him into 53, or can we not have him into 53 while he's holding out, and we could have another member?
That's actually a great question. That's actually a great question. I would assume that there's a way, you know what I'm saying, to not have him count since he's not a part of the team. That I have to
Right.
assume that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I would have to assume it, but there's no guarantee, right? There's no
I mean,
guarantee.
I didn't know that. Like, I was like, because you're not technically injured reserve, which is what I was thinking about Christian Wilkins.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Correct.
You're not technically injured reserve. So, if we're waiting for you, like
Right.
we're waiting for you to come, what if you never come?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Fabulous question.
Yeah.
And there are so many games and loopholes, and these are the things that you really gotta, you know what I'm saying, try to pay attention to in order for it to make sense.
Right.
I honestly don't know. How the heck is Severe show? I was about to say, how are you showing up in the vertical but not the horizontal?
Well, as long as he's
I
here.
don't know, man.
Exactly.
It keeps you. It keeps,
Half
it
severe
keeps,
is better
it
than
keeps
than
freezing
no
up on me
severe.
on this end too. So I don't know. What's
Does
going
it
on.
really? Yeah, because it's
keep
working
freezing up.
fine on our side. You
Yeah.
seem to be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
Good
it's
to
trying.
see
I
you,
don't
bro.
know. if
You look
it's
like you've been working out.
trying to,
Uh-oh.
trying to
Uh-oh, he looking
I-
slick. Look
I
at
haven't seen
him.
you in a bit, man. I
gotta-
see it in your
gotta-
face.
look,
You
the
hitting the
skin is
bag? What are you
glistening.
doing?
The skin is glistening. I see your work. You must. I'm not. Yeah, he is freezing. I don't know why he
Yeah,
keeps
his
freezing.
keeps freezing.
Yeah, I wonder what side.
It keeps saying on my side, it keeps saying unknown user, but I don't know if that's happening to you. It keeps saying not visible unknown user on my side. So I don't know why it keeps doing that. But yeah, Severe, man, you look good. You look like you've been working out or something.
Yes, sir.
You look good.
I agree. He definitely looks like.
The other thing I was going to say, Turf,
Yeah.
in terms of NFL is my other takeaway from what Lincoln said is he is 100% like saying our secondary is the weakest.
Oh.
It's very, very weak. And the way he's saying it is he doesn't know because he hasn't seen it with his own eyes.
Right.
But if we're just looking at it on paper because
Right.
he doesn't know,
Right.
it's too much of a question. Like he's asking the question, are we going to be good or are we not? And now that when I start to think about it, I kind of agree, Turf, because it's not like we have a bunch of like who is it? Like I still don't even know. Is Darian Porter, who was supposedly taking all those starting snaps, is he the starter on a rookie starter?
Right.
Is that what we're doing?
That's gonna hurt.
Right?
That's gonna hurt.
You know, so I thought that Lincoln Kennedy interview, if you guys want to check it out, it's on the Captain Jack Rackham channel. It's an hour of Lincoln just totally breaking. The other thing is he broke news, so he hasn't even shared it with the regular PR people yet.
Right,
but
right.
He broke the news on the Captain Jack show. Lincoln Kennedy won't be doing the play-by-play going into this season. And what he's actually pivoting into is Morris Bradshaw, who passed away earlier this year, was a key figure for us in the Raider Nation for the alumni group.
Right.
So what Lincoln is going to be doing is he's taking over that. He's going to have a heavy
Oh, wow. Yeah. Shout out to Lincoln. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was saying that. And then he said, for all of us, he's going to be doing more and more Raider Nation appearances because he just wants to be back with the fans.
That's
so
fire.
He's supposed to be at Ricky's, I think, next week. He said he's supposed to be at Ricky's in Hayward And then here in Henderson or Las Vegas Henderson, um, he's I didn't know that he owned the Angry Crab Shack, but he said on
Huh.
Saturdays on the home games he's gonna be doing Saturday events and saying hi to everybody and doing
Yeah.
events. I think that's kind of cool. I mean I thought it was cool that he gave a whole hour to Captain Jack. I was like, damn, he got a whole hour.
Absolutely. Heck yeah.
So
That's
but that
fine.
was fun. That,
Yeah.
that that's my at least that's my NFL news because as you know, guys, there just isn't a lot going on right now in the NFL.
Yeah. It's,
Um, I mean, there's a lot going on in the knockout canvas in the boxing world, of course, but we haven't gotten to that segment yet. So
we have
let me not
not.
interrupt and introduce our very famous guest who is on everybody's show, including his own.
Yes, sir.
His channel, The Severe Raider, I think Severe Raider or The Severe Raider, I believe on YouTube.
The severe Raider. Get it right.
It's The Severe. My bad. It's The Severe Raider on the YouTube channel. It just continues to grow. And my man's raising some crazy good kids. He's always posting up
Absolutely.
pictures and yeah, man, the little man, dude. Like I said on the knockout canvas last night, if your kids want to learn martial arts, Uncle Angelo is more than happy to teach them anything.
Yes,
but
sir.
there's no way I'm letting them kids get into sport.
No.
They're not going into the craziness of boxing, bro, or MMA.
No.
We're
None
not
of it.
allowing it. We're disbanding. Go play football. Go play a safer sport.
Bingo.
Go play football. Go
Bingo.
play football. Get your concussions there.
So talk to us, Severe. What you got going on, man? I know you got a show tonight. You need to plug that first and foremost before you get out of here. I've already let everybody know if you about that Raider talk, y'all need to go check this out tonight. Let them know, man. Now he's I can't hear him. Do you hear him?
I'm trying to look at the YouTube to see.
I don't hear him.
If he.
You got all kinds of problems, Severe. I don't know why.
Now we can't just blame it on him because we had our own problems, sir. It could be us.
But he was just on and he was fine.
That's true. I see him on YouTube talking.
Right.
But I can't hear his voice.
Yeah, me neither.
But he's definitely on the YouTube, and he's definitely talking and smiling, looking all good, like he just got out of a 10-round session with Manny Pacquiao over there. So everybody's running with Manny, man. Everybody. So, but yeah, I don't know why the voice is not there.
I don't either. Yeah, I would jump back in one more time. I actually sent another link. It's the same link, but try to hop back in one more time. Yeah, hop back in one more time, Severe. Yeah. Use that second link I sent you. I'm mad about this.
Yeah, no, it was great to see him.
Yeah, it's my first time having Severe on the show, man. I'm mad.
Is this his first time at Turf and Spence? Because there's going to be episodes where we're going to invite Papa Rundown to the knockout
Absolutely.
campus.
Absolutely.
Invite Severe to the knockout camp. All our boxing people, man, and
Heck
MMA people, they'll be coming on. Team Rabati will come on whenever Professor Rabati's.
Absolutely.
We gotta wait though until there's like a big UFC event. There isn't. Maybe after. I don't know if he cares about the Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier happening next week. But it's got to be something like that.
Sound? Can you hear me now?
There it is. Finally, perfect.
Cool.
So we got a question, and hey, Severe, you lead off on it, man. What do you guys think our record will be? Honest and realistic. It's a great question.
So
did he freeze? Damn, man.
See, the minute you ask him a scary question like that.
Oh, I'm so mad about this. See? I wonder what it could possibly be.
You're just cursing him, man, with your crazy question, asking him to tell us that the Raiders are going to have a losing season, bro.
I wonder if it's him or me. It's probably me. I just don't know how to fix it. Yeah, I don't know how to fix it, though.
It's got to be you.
Dang. This is where I would need to go get another computer.
Yeah, because when the computer crashed last night during our show, I'm wondering, did it just fry because you have so much in it now with all the
Right.
different shows
No,
that you're doing like that?
I think it's on his end. I don't know why though.
It got to be me because you guys are
You
fine.
see, I can't hear you anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't hear
okay.
you again.
Dang,
You
what
weren't
is
dodging the question on what our record's going to be this year?
it?
There you go. I can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, bro.
Man, I don't know. So I haven't touched anything. I haven't touched it.
And then he froze.
There he froze, man. I'm telling you, it might be you, Turf.
I don't know how it can
On
be
my
me.
side, it just keeps saying unknown user not visible.
It doesn't make sense. I see you. I don't have. Yeah, it's. I don't know
It's
what
like
it is.
it might be the question. The question could be cursed. That how good is the Raiders going to do might be a cursed question. Because you know the answer. We're going to do horrible this year. We'll have a lot of fun, exciting games that we're going to lose.
Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty.
Now, if you agree with my wife says that we're gonna win 11 games and be in the playoffs. And
I would love it, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, no, not when Lincoln Kennedy's telling us our secondary.
Our secondary is whack. Oh Jesus! That was the last thing we wanted to hear. Is our secondary is whack.
I guess the way he's just putting it is because there's so many young players, we don't know anything.
Right.
But when you don't know anything, I mean, maybe we'll get lucky. Like Philadelphia ended up getting Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, although they were projected to be starters. I mean, it wasn't like they weren't projected to be that good. I don't know if Darian Porter was really projected to be a starter.
No.
Day one starter?
No.
Because he wouldn't have dropped in a third round if he was a day one starter.
There's no way.
They took Will Johnson before him. You know what I'm saying? And Will Johnson's injured.
Right. Nah, that definitely. This is not what the plan was. And I'm shocked they haven't gone after another corner now that we've heard this. It's one of those things, man, where it doesn't make
even
sense.
When you think about it like this, too, Turf, like going into the season, and Lincoln spoke about it a little. So we got Jeremy Chin, but he said that they have Jeremy Chin sometimes playing slot.
Yeah, I heard that. And I was that's not good. What
does that mean, bro? Does that mean that our safety is Lonnie Johnson and Paul now, bro? And we're supposed to be rocking with this unit? Like, I'm just saying, I hope things go well, right? Just like I hope I win Megabucks someday. but you know what I mean?
Right, I do.
When you pull the lever and you see your money sinking down the drain, it ain't a fun. It
ain't fun. Feeling. Shout out to Win City Raider Nation for life. I see you on TikTok. We appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. For everybody, no matter where you're listening. If you haven't, please don't forget to go hit those thumbs up, right? On all channels, the Ultimate Raider Fan 32 show, as well as the Knockout Canvas. It's the new one, ladies and gentlemen. The Knockout Canvas. If you're a boxing / combat / MMA fan, you're going to want to tune in. And we still got a segment of that tonight, as Angelo already had mentioned.
We haven't done our predictions for Saturdays yet.
We have a boxing spotlight, and I'm saving it for last. Saving it for last, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
But let me get your take on that. So why do you think the Raiders hasn't gone after any of the free agents like a Justin Simmons? I'm just throwing his name out.
They didn't like him.
They didn't like him?
Well, I mean, right? What are you getting? Justin Simmons, is he an injury-prone guy? Is he actually even going to be available?
Okay.
Right? Like, what good is getting a guy that won't even be available, and you absolutely have to have him, right? That's part of the problem. I think all of the guys that were available had health issues at some point, or, they don't, pass the rundown test. Everybody should know by now. That means you're old. Shout out the rundown. Yeah. Right. So, Yeah, it's interesting takes, man. I definitely never understood why we did not go get another corner. I wanted Ramsey personally. I wanted
Okay,
Jalen Ramsey.
but how about the
But
cost of Ramsey though,
I don't
Turf?
care about the cost, right? It's the matter of what we need. We need a dog in that secondary. It's just facts. No way
But don't you
around it.
kind of feel like we have two directions to go, right? And I was explaining this to my wife when she hates it when I say I think we're only going to win 6 games, 6 or 7, but probably 6. And there's a reason why all the contracts are 1 year contracts. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
just about. I mean, right? Because it's one of these where we have a bunch of rookie players on top of second-year players, on top of players like Thayer Mumford, Dylan Parham, who's in the final year of the contract, right?
Yep.
So there's a lot of 1 year deals happening
It
basically
is.
across the board,
It
right?
is. Yep.
Now, what we know about the contract year, as they call it, when you only have 1 year, is it's undefeated, meaning that the players tend to ball out under contract year.
Hey, Cheeto Linus in
Cheeto
the
Linus, I
building.
thought you'd be at the Raider
Man,
connection.
I hate being on the phone, but because you asked me, Turf, I
Yeah,
came on.
I appreciate it. I
I
appreciate
thought you
it.
I thought you and Jeff were doing Raider connection tonight. No Raider
That's
connection tonight.
yesterday. Connections
Okay.
Wednesdays. Yeah.
All right, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Follow
yeah.
Cheeto Linus, y'all, on YouTube, and
Yes,
he has the
sir.
Raider connection.
The
I heard
black
about this.
hole.
You're the president of the Black Hole now, so
Yes.
you're a
Which
part of the
chapter is
Captain
that?
Jack Club.
Speak that one,
That's
man.
for the Inland Empire, brother, where I live. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love
That
the
is
inland.
fire,
The
bro.
inland empire is what saved my life, bro. So
Yeah, the
shout
Riverside
out.
area. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to the Inland Empire and shout out to El Presidente Cheeto Linus.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
See, I
that's
told you,
awesome.
man. It's severe. I don't know what Severe's got going on, but it's severe, bro.
Right, right. So
He
so
got
we were
kicked
just
out?
No, he just kept freezing and dropping out.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know
yeah.
what happened.
It's that Hawthorne
So
internet, bro.
so Leo, we were just talking about some of the things that Lincoln Kennedy had said on the Captain Jack show on Monday. He was on for an hour. It was a great interview. He's very open, and we're starting to talk about like what are we doing? What how are we looking? What are we going to do with this whole secondary situation? And Turf said he wanted Jalen Ramsey, and I was saying, aren't you worried about the cap space and the money that it would
No.
have taken?
Yeah.
Because what my take was is that if you notice, a lot of our contracts, like a majority of our contracts, are all 1 years. They're either final year of a rookie contract or 1 year deals for any of the veterans we brought in, and then we have a bunch of rookie and second year and third year players. So I don't know, man. I mean, I was just keeping it real and thinking, I hope we do well. My wife thinks we're gonna somehow win 11 games, but I was keeping it real this year, man.
That's
I was saying we're
impossible.
probably only gonna win
I
6,
I mean,
6
I
or
get
7.
that, but it's funny how we were so excited with inexperienced coach. We gave them more wins, and now
Yeah,
that we have an experienced coach,
we take it
all of
away.
us are like, we don't want to drink the Kool-Aid because
Right,
we did last year.
Yes.
right,
You know,
right.
but as far as the secondary, like, it's a big concern. I saw they ranked us 30th PFF overall,
Real
and it
bad.
makes sense because there's no legit true number one. You know, as fans, we glorify JB, but to what Rundown's credit, how reliable is it? You know, why aren't you playing with that shoulder? You know,
Right.
and I'm with Turf. I think they waited too long to address that, and now
Yes.
the only option would have been Ramsey. I mean, we have the cap space. They know how to make the numbers work. I wouldn't be worried about that. But I also understand why they didn't pay Trayvon Morig that much money. That was way too much money for a Trayvon Morig. Hobbs,
Way too much
uh,
money,
the
bro.
Hobbs one bothered me more than anything because I think Hobbs for that price, maybe I would have done it given that we didn't do anything else.
Right.
Yeah. hmm
And
But I
that's
mean,
one of the
now
things.
it's relying on the coach though. When you think about it, it's Pete Carroll. This is his
Hmm.
expertise. That's why he created the Legion of Boom. The
Correct.
majority of those guys weren't top number one picks. He created that unit, and I think that's what we're hoping he'll be able to do with these guys. Because the previous regime, whether we like it or not, it was an inexperienced coach, and they couldn't coach the guys up. And now we're home with Pete and company. We'll be able to do that.
He's
Severe.
back. He's back.
Y'all
He's
hear me?
back.
Can
Yeah,
y'all hear
I
me?
hear you.
You
Yeah.
look a lot more clear too this time. So
Yeah.
you're using your phone now.
Hey, I'm using my phone. I'm using my
Okay.
phone. I
Oh,
don't know what's
You
going on.
tapped into the neighbor's Wi-Fi, didn't you?
Man, nah. I'm using my own data, man. Y'all using up my
Oh
data.
shoot! Y'all better keep this quick.
I got two teenagers on my plan, man. This data is precious.
Okay, that's true. That's true. All them kids, man.
That is hilarious. So yeah,
No,
now that we got you and it's working, let's all go back to that question, man, because it is a very valid and interesting question. Where do y'all see our record at the end of this season?
Yeah, man. I've been saying 6 or 7 wins. If Ashton Genty is generational, like everybody says he is, I can see maybe 9 or 10. If he is, Doug Martin, then we're looking at 4 or 5. So
that's rough, man.
I'm with you.
Oh,
I'm with you on that, bro. 100%. I'm with you on that.
Doug Martin of the Jets. Ouch, man.
Ouch.
nah,
Oh, Doug Martin of the Raiders, the crap.
exactly.
Yeah, that Doug Martin.
Yes.
So where you at, Leo? You said the same thing, right?
No, you know what? When the schedule came out, I magically counted 10. I was hyped.
He sounds like
And
my
then I
wife,
remembered.
bro.
Then I remembered we're in
magically.
the AFC West. We play the NFC East, right?
Yeah.
Who the only cupcake really is the Giants.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's not easy. So now I think last time Trona called me out because I said 7 wins max. And he called me. I was like, what happened to 10? I'm like, I came back down to reality, bro. Like, yeah.
What's done with that Kool-Aid?
If Wilkins was here, I might put us at 9.
Okay.
But no Wilkins?
Yeah, that makes it tough.
Rock, where you been, man? Shout out to Rock. My man said, was Doug Martin on the Fresh Prince? Who is that? That is. Hey,
The Juggernaut.
Rock is
Doug,
so
wait,
Rock's
I'm
right.
thinking of the Doug Martin that played for the Bucks too. He was all right one year.
Yeah, he was cool. He that's the one that went off against us.
Yes,
Yes,
he
yes.
sure did. He sure did. Yeah, he sure did go off on us. That was terrible too.
Yeah, he hit us for like
I
200.
think you were thinking Curtis Martin, bro, for the Jets.
Yeah, Curtis
Oh,
Martin.
that's-
If we
you're
get
right,
Curtis
Leo.
Martin, if
Yes.
GT is Curtis Martin, I'm happy. I'm elated.
Shoot, Curtis Martin's a Hall of Famer. What's wrong with
Yeah.
you,
Curtis Martin would be different. Yeah.
bro? That's if he comes even remotely close to Curtis Martin, we're good. We're good.
Man.
Yeah, that's gonna be. So I gotta ask. We're there. What are y'all projections for this guy? Seriously, like, do you really seriously see Ashton Genty filling this gigantic hole?
Go
Do you
ahead.
really see it?
Go ahead, Leo.
You know what? I take from what Big Lincoln said. It's not just him that has to create that run game.
Right.
It's those big fellas up front.
That's a great answer.
I'm saying I think Genty's better than the backs we had last year. Absolutely. But to expect
wasn't?
him to break tackles, right? Yeah. To break tackles the way he did in the NFL, you
Yeah.
got to give it time. But I think a lot's going to depend on the line more than Ashton. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Good
Yeah.
answer. That's a good answer. Severe.
Look,
Severio.
I made my spec. What do I think he'll do, or what he better do for somebody that's drafted at that pick?
Right?
Those are two different things. So what he better do is at least 1,600 yards all purpose. So that's rushing and receiving combined, and at least double-digit touchdowns. At least.
Neither one of those is happening.
At least. Look. And people, that's not fair to put. Najee Harris did that as a rookie.
He sure
Yeah,
did.
that's true. He did.
Najee Harris did that as a rookie with 10 tuds. So
Saquon
don't tell.
did it
So
too.
if you telling me right now that Najee Harris as a rookie is better than Ashton Genty,
We in trouble.
okay, I'll end this kind of conversation. But if you're saying that, if you're not saying that, then that's my expectations.
Right.
Because Bijan got close to that as a rookie. Saquon exceeded that. Saquon had like 1,800
Saquon
all
was
purpose
Yeah, Saquon
as
did,
a
right?
rookie.
Bijan was
So
under, but yeah,
yeah. Bijan was under a little bit. Saquon was over. So
yes.
Right.
right in that middle is where, because those are the two guys that are considered generational talents at that position. By pretty much everybody were considered like the best players regardless of positions in their draft classes. So if you're telling me that Ashton Genty is generational, like we saw what Adrian Peterson did as a rookie. We saw the numbers he put up,
Absolutely.
destroyed the league, and that's in a 16-game season. So
Yeah.
those are my expectations. 17-game season, you're supposed to be the bell cow. You got one of the best run game coordinators in all of the NFL. I'm expecting major production, and if you don't put that up, then I don't hear no excuses from nobody.
I
What
agree.
I think he'll do about 13 to 14, and I'm gonna be cooking that ass all year long.
Wow. All right. Well, we're all kind of in that same opinion because
Right.
I've been saying to everybody who like, especially for fantasy, I'm like, my brother, he was like, "What do you think, Ashton Jetty?" I'm like, "No, you are not taking him in the first 2 rounds."
Please do. Go ahead.
No, because there's too much uncertainties. Like Leo said on Lincoln Kennedy when he was on with Captain Jack, he talked about the O-line. We're not even sure if Colton Miller is going to be starting, right?
Right.
So the O-line.
What do you mean we're not sure he's going to start?
That's what Lincoln Kennedy said on the Captain
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he start?
He doesn't have a contract.
Yeah.
Man,
Go watch
Colton
the
Miller's
1
gonna
hour
play. Come on
Lincoln
now.
Kennedy special on the Captain Jack show.
He's gonna start, big dog. Don't be Mitchell rinsing this show. Let's go.
No,
He's gonna play.
His exact words are, because my question was, "Hey Lincoln, do you think Thayer Mumford could be the starting left guard because of some of the things we've heard in camp?"
Right.
He straight up
A
said,
left tackle.
no. He said Thayer Mumford has to be the swing tackle because if Colton Miller's contract doesn't get situated,
Right.
it's possible that our starting left tackle will be Thayer Mumford going into the first 2 weeks of the season.
Okay, so you said if earlier you said that he's not going to play. See, big difference.
Well, I mean, when you listen to the interview, he was kind of hinting on the whole.
So
Thayer
relax,
Mumford's
Mitch.
gotta be-
Let's just right now. I mean, he could twist his ankle between now and then. Like,
I
now.
don't
If
see
we're
how they
playing
not.
football,
I don't see how he couldn't start. I don't see look, contract or not, and unless he holds out, that's the only way I can see him not starting.
Right.
And that's the reason. That's the
Exactly.
whole thing is he
But-
can't hold out
Exactly.
because there's not guaranteed money into the way his contract is structured right now. So if they restructured it, like remember when Chris Jones held out, it wasn't so much that it was for more money. He just wanted guaranteed money.
Correct.
So it's kind of the same thing. Like if they change the wording.
Yeah,
on
but
Colton
we're talking
Miller's
about
contract.
Chris Jones, who was like number 1 D tackle, as opposed to Colt Miller, formidable Raider tackle. You know,
Well,
like Chris Jones
he's
held
still
more
our
weight.
best, but who's a better tackle
right.
for our team? Right?
But that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying on our team. But as a player, Chris Jones held more weight in the league. As far as I
Right.
can hold out, you'll wait and see. You
But
know?
you'd have to admit we'd be a little bit screwed if Colton Miller does.
I mean, we
say, "Well, I'm
would.
gonna hold out."
Yeah,
but
but
Yeah.
you change the contract unless all of a sudden Thayer Mumford plays because it's his contract year. It's
Right.
year 4 of the rookie contract. If he plays lights out like how he did in Ohio State, then we might have something, you know.
It's true.
But
It's a good point.
anyhow, the Ashton Genty, I believe that Ashton Genty will get under the 1,000-yard mark because, and here's my because, and this is why I'm so do not get him. Like definitely get Brock Bowers early. Do not get Ashton Genty. So I do agree with what Severe said about run game.
wait a minute. What do you mean get Brock Bowers early?
Fantasy. I think you're talking about fantasy.
First,
Oh, fantasy. I was
second,
like, don't be
or
saying
third.
like you were talking about drafting him. Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about fantasy. All right. So,
Okay.
I agree with what Severe was saying about run game coordinator and the whole bit. And because of that, I believe, and Turf might agree with me on this,
Right.
I think Sincere McCormick is going to get a lot of touches, man.
Hey.
McCormick
Got
and Raheem
Turf
Wilson.
done got another one. Turf done got it.
Listen. hold
Turf
on,
got another one.
Let me finish.
Turf
Let me
out
finish. Let me finish. All right.
Not
So
you, he's on the
here's
show.
what I'm saying.
I see that, and no, I blame myself. Leo, I blame myself because they've been over on the knockout canvas, and I'm sure Turf been working them on the sincere angle
Yeah,
for
right.
weeks.
Oh yeah.
And we ain't been there to be the voice of reason. And Turf been like,
Right.
man, I played running back. Hey, I was
Captain
recruited, man.
A,
I played
Captain
with some
T over
dogs when I was in
here.
college. I know running backs. Sincere
Oh my
McCormick,
God.
Turf been working them. I know it. See, damn. So that's my fault. It's my fault.
Hold on. Let me finish. Okay.
How many
So
touches before
my
McCormick
theory
gets
number
hurt
one.
again?
Let me just finish. Here's my theory number one.
Jesus.
Number one, the reason why Ashton Genty will not get a lot of touchdowns is because Raheem Mostert is the red zone touchdown.
Hey,
He proved that when he was with Devon A-Chain. I
Yeah.
remember that. I had him on my team. I was like, man, this motherfucker's getting a lot of touchdowns.
yeah.
Yes.
Right? That's why I woke up to it. So if we get that Raheem Mostert, Chip Kelly's not going to be like, here you go, rookie. He's going to be
No,
like, here you
no.
go, Raheem. This is what you do. Go get us that touchdown. So number one.
But is Raheem gonna be healthy?
Hold on. Let me finish, Leo. Okay, those are the ifs. Let me finish. Okay, that's number one. Okay.
That's a whole lot
and
of
here's
ifs.
my number two. There's no way Pete Carroll is trying to get Ashton Genty injured, man.
No.
So Sincere McCormick could run the same plays that Ashton Genty could run. So they're gonna split those up, make sure Ashton gets his early touches. And I say that because they kind of did that shit to Bijan Robinson in the
They did.
Yeah.
They
Good.
totally
Pete Carroll
They
did
were
it.
protecting his ass.
Not Pete
They were
Carroll.
giving it to
Yeah.
Tyler Algier.
Tyler Algier.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. The Sincere McCormick's the truth. He's the truth.
Bro,
Hey, he's my
if we
guy.
drafted
So.
Ashton Genty, number 7, because we're gonna give the ball more to Sincere to protect him, what the fuck are we doing?
Well,
Yeah, man.
what we're doing is giving the guy that absolutely had the talent of a potential big time running back in the NFL a chance. That's what we're doing. He hasn't had a chance yet.
No,
Yeah, he did. Every time he got a chance, he got hurt.
Turf. See, and I was gonna say you sound like the Aiden O'Connell people, but I forgot you an Aiden O'Connell guy too. That's the thing, man. He hasn't had a chance. He really hasn't had a chance. No, he's had a chance, and he lost the job. And then when he got a chance to start, it's a matter of fact, these guys are the same because Minshew lost the job in camp, like Sincere, and then when he got a chance to play because the other guy was unproductive, he got hurt, like Aiden.
Yeah.
This Ebony and Ivory live together in perfect.
You're right.
Man, that's what I'm saying.
I can't even argue it, bro. I mean, all I can say is I think we all got a chance to see the capabilities and the possibilities with a healthy, Sincere McCormick. And I get it, man. I mean, the bottom line, how many people stay healthy in the NFL in general across the board? That's part of it, right? I mean,
running backs is harder.
I agree. And that's why I think we're going to see him no matter what. I think all of our running backs at some point will miss games. Period. That's just the life of a running back in the NFL.
Right. That's part of the game.
It's part of the game, man. So I think that's where you're stuck. That's why they all.
And did Saquon miss games back here?
He does nowhere close. Like, he's an anomaly, bro. You can't. He's a real, he's the best running back in the NFL. I mean, it's not even a second.
Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry played every game. Saquon played all but one, but that's because they held him out. They held him out the last game.
Yeah, he could have played and should have. I thought he should have played and broke the record and got all.
Yeah, exactly.
He's trying to be
generational back.
Oh yeah, he's without a doubt a generational back.
For sure.
We're not going to see that, and that's the funny thing. People think these guys just pop up every 2 years or so. Who's the last running back you've seen that you would say is close to Saquon Barkley?
AD.
Yeah. And to be honest,
Peterson,
but to be honest, I take Saquon over him because I think he's got better backfield out of the backfield routing and
In today's NFL, yeah.
He's just a smarter player too.
Yeah, probably
way
with
around.
today's NFL, yeah, but AD would just break a run. Like it was, that was
Yeah.
nice watching.
Would you say though that the Tennessee Titans version of Derrick Henry during that peak?
Yeah. Oh
He's
yeah.
pretty solid, right? Like
Oh, he was good.
Absolutely.
Derrick Henry
Absolutely,
for
yeah.
sure.
Nah, he's
He's-
solid.
He's a bell cow.
He's solid, yeah.
Yeah, he's not somebody though that's going to utilize all of his skill sets like a Chip Kelly would in terms of using.
The receiving aspect of
Getting them vertical, all those kind of things. Like, you know who Steve Sarkisian knows how to get running backs the ball.
oh, definitely.
Everywhere.
Well,
That's
we
what
saw him. Yeah, he did it with Bijan.
Bro,
We saw-
it would be, he did it with the other guy too, the new
Yeah.
guy.
I'm
Oh
telling
yeah, the guy that got hurt.
Jadon Blue, he did it with Blue. So I don't see Big Henry comparing to Saquon in that sentence, right?
No,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
different. Like if I was to compare
Yeah.
Saquon, I was gonna. This is Turf might get mad at me for this because this dude's an idol. But Marshall Faulk, bro, how he can do everything.
Ooh, okay. I get that part, but Marshall Faulk for me is on the island.
Yeah, Marshall Faulk was
kind of like Barry Sanders. They're just they're just so
different. Different.
There's no way to even explain that. Like,
Yeah.
That's why when I said Faulk, I was like, I gotta be careful. That's Turf's man, right?
Yeah, exactly.
that is my guy. For people that don't know, I can honestly say he's probably the best running back I've ever seen with my own two eyes. College-wise, for sure. Not even remotely close for college. Not even remotely.
You were down there, I think. Were you down there at that time? Oh, yeah.
He graduated when I got there. So I had seen him. Everybody saw him. Like, people.
You saw him after?
Oh,
was that before or after you got jumped in?
Hey, stop talking about my roots of San Diego, bro. I'm watching right now, man. You can't get me caught up.
Man, that's an insider. That's an insider. Nah, man, yeah, but Marshall's a dog. Yeah, Marshall's a dog. And he was crazy, and he was one of those guys where he was like the perfect meeting of a back for a system. What Mike March was able to do with them in St. Louis, like he just fit perfectly for what Mike March wanted to do offensively. So it was just a match made in heaven.
I agree, 100%, man. I'm just telling y'all, man. That was one of the biggest treats of my life, watching Marshall Faulk. Like, I just don't. Bro, that dude in black, all black, it just didn't exist at that time. There was nothing was never anything like Marshall Faulk. It's the same thing as what Reggie Bush did for the kids in his era.
Oh my God!
It's the exact same thing. Like Reggie Bush could do no wrong, bro. Reggie Bush, I saw him in high school, and I was like, Jesus Christ!
He's a San Diego guy too.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, Helix High School.
He was the best high school running back I'd ever seen in my life, ever. And I saw some wild ones. We used to have a few that came out of New Jersey. New Jersey, believe it or not, New Jersey was a dog for football players.
Was McKnight from Jersey?
Which McKnight?
Joe McKnight.
That's a good question.
Because he was supposed to be one of those dudes too when he was coming out.
Yeah. Bro, Jersey.
What happened to him?
I don't remember where he went to school at. Joe McKnight, the guy. Oh, there's another guy that was crazy. You might not have been in San Diego at this time, but Dylan Baxter. You remember him?
Dylan Baxter. Yeah, that sounds very familiar.
He went to SC. He fizzled out though. He never turned in anything. But he was supposed to be like the next Bush. Like SC recruited him. He was supposed to be that next guy. He just never turned into it.
Oh, he was the next Bush, not that guy who's on YouTube saying he was the one. Not him. It wasn't him.
No, I don't think that guy was there. I don't think he was there at the time. I don't think he was there.
Mr. Running back safety guy.
I don't think he was there.
Dog, I didn't know that. I didn't know Ray Rice was from Jersey.
Oh yeah, Ray Rice was from Jersey. He went to Rutgers.
Yep.
Yeah. That makes sense. So he probably, because he was a small guy, so he probably wasn't He was probably like a 3-star, so it probably makes sense.
Isaiah
How many people
Pacheco.
say Ray Rice is the comparable to Genty?
I
I think Genty has better contact balance. A little bit of I'll probably say he's a little bit of a better receiver too. But
yes.
Ray
Oh,
Rice is
I think
cold
he's
though.
better on the passing.
Ray
Yeah.
Rice was cold. His he was cut short for obvious reasons.
Well,
Exactly.
he was
He
cold
was
in the
he was he
elevator
was
for
nice.
sure.
He was.
He played in the wrong era. Back in the other era, you could have done anything.
Exactly.
he just like you said.
We'd be talking about the great Ray Rice, not even mentioning anything.
He would have got away
Man,
with some of that stuff.
That
Yeah.
older era had some murderers, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The juice was loose.
Now, I
Yeah,
was
yeah. So,
gonna say-
Dylan Baxter, he was a San Diego. He went to Mission Bay. No, yeah, he went to Mission Bay in San Diego.
Mr. Bay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mission Bay.
Yeah, he was. He was a monster. He was a monster back then, now that you say that.
Yeah.
I was gonna tell you, Turf, what you're gonna hate is that the way you talk about Marshall Faulk and how he did all of these different things and
Right.
he decided you. That's how a lot of these youngsters right now and a lot of people are talking about Ashton Genty. Man.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, it's because what they seen. It makes sense. Yeah.
No, I get it. I mean, and the truth is, if his game translates to the NFL, it's game over.
It's game over. Yeah.
We
Game
got.
over.
Right.
Yeah, he's gonna make Saquon look like just a regular dude. Real talk. If he does, if he can break tackles like he broke in college, it's
Yeah.
game over.
Yeah, it's game over. Yeah.
I just find that difficult.
Yeah.
Well,
I agree. I agree.
he's going to be playing with grown men. He's going to be playing
Yeah.
with coaches who get paid millions of dollars to speak against him.
Exactly.
Playing, like there's going to be them short weeks, right? Those how you going to prepare from a Sunday to a Thursday, right? You know what I mean? Like
Thursday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then- And then it's the fact that just taking that much contact, like just it's like
toll it
almost
takes
like
on-
like a boxing match. Like just because you don't go down to the canvas, don't mean you're not taking punishment.
Correct.
So just because you're not getting tackled, those hits still pile up on you. They still add up. If you having to break that many tackles, you taking that many hits, you're gonna be a DeMarco Murray, your prime, or a David Johnson, or a Larry Johnson. Your prime is not gonna be
Oh
long.
my God, Larry Johnson. Yeah.
And those are guys that got beat up. Marion the Barbarian, he
Cadillac
flashed like a
Williams.
light, and then it was over for him. Steven Jackson, another guy, took a lot of punishment.
No,
So
Cadillac
these-
Williams took a lot of punishment. You remember in those Cadillac Williams?
Oh yeah, Cadillac. Gruden ran him into the ground.
The ground. The ground.
Cat-
He was
Todd
never.
Gurley?
Because the Cadillac was on bricks.
He said Cadillac was on bricks. Is right. Yeah, 100% correct.
He did run him to the ground, bro. They ran that dude constantly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. That's why we got the running backs we have, and that's why they're going to get some burn. I had said that earlier, and I kind of got laughed at. But
I understand the
it's gonna
burn.
get, huh?
What drives me crazy is the McCormick is the guy type thing.
And I get it. No, I get it. I get
Who
it.
Like,
else
huh?
is there in that squad? Zamir White?
Like
Look,
Severe
somebody's
said, like
gotta
you
take it.
sound like the AOC fans. Like all he needs is a chance. Like
Yeah.
have him.
I'm gonna say this. It's not popular opinion, but I say it. Zamir, obviously, he's not as good as what he showed to end the 2023 season,
Jeez.
but he's not as bad as what he showed last year. So if he's anywhere in between that,
Right.
he's a serviceable back. He's a serviceable second
I agree.
running back in the NFL. He's not going to be a lead guy. Not going to be a guy that you want to, lean on to carry your rushing attack. But he's a guy that, hey, you know what? Ashton Genty needs a breather. I need you on here for this series on first and second down. We're gonna put you for Mostert on third down anyway. So you can be.
Yeah.
So I think he can do that. You know what? Sincere, he may be able to do that because he showed something last year. But as they say, the best ability is availability, and Sincere is he will be sincerely missed every time he's injured.
Yep.
But let me ask you this then, Severe. Like when you think about us going into the 53-man roster, number one, do you believe that we will carry 4 running backs? And number
Ooh.
two, if we are carrying 4 running backs in the 53-man roster,
Right.
who's the 4? Who are, because it's Genti and Mostert, that's 2.
Yeah.
Sincere will probably be 3.
It's definitely.
So
Will it be Sincere or will it be Zamir?
It's got to be Zamir. I mean, well, no,
I
it's.
think it'll be Zamir. I think it'll be Zamir too.
I think Zamir will be the 4th running back.
Yeah, I think Zamir before. Only right I can see them maybe not carrying Sincere or Zamir if they want Lauby as a returner. If they feel he can contribute in the return game, because that was supposed to be part of his allure when we grabbed him, was that he's a guy that returned punts and kicks.
I got 2 years for you. Touchdown time.
Now we got touchdown.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. See, I don't know. Are they going to trust him that early though? You think they'll trust him out the gate?
Probably not.
I don't know.
I don't know if they'll trust. Like a D2.
Did you see what they tried? Did you see what happened when they trusted Dylan Lauby?
Yeah, exactly. Nah, in fact, hey, he went over 2. He went over 2. He got 2 carries, one in preseason, one in regular season, fumble both times. So.
I would have blamed myself after that. I'm sorry. I would have been like, y'all, just take my shoulder pads. I get it. I'm sorry. This ain't for me. How do you fumble? Like,
I would have been like, sorry, I can't hold on to the football, y'all.
I'm not worthy of this. Yeah, not worthy at all. But yeah, I do think it'll be Zamir. I think, Lauby's days are numbered. I don't see him making the practice squad.
Yeah, unless he have like a miraculous training camp preseason game heroes, that would probably be the only way Lauby maybe gets a smell of the 53. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rundown in the building. Come on through, Rundown. Hop on up, bro.
My dog.
Missed the Sincere McCormick portion of the show.
Yeah, he said
he's glad he did.
He said he's gonna hop on until he saw that. He was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, see. He said nope.
He said, "Let me know when you start talking about the D."
Right. Yeah, that is so funny, bro.
Come on, Rundown. You don't want to hop on for the Sincere McCormick Jacorian Bennett segment? Come on through.
We actually already did the Jacorian segment. But,
I didn't talk.
Yeah, I know. That's why I hopped on
we did talk about we did. So, but now that the guys are here, let's touch on it a little bit more, because the word on the street is the secondary is the worst part of our team. It's the worst part.
Yeah.
That's a strong possibility. Yes.
It's an unknown.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about him.
It's not a far-fetched point, when you look at it, really,
Mm-hmm. We could either be really bad or Pete Carroll's a fucking genius.
What's
going to be one of those two?
Right. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, because then you have the rookie, you have DCAM, you have JB. Yeah.
That's the one I really want to know about too, because I honestly think our linebacking group is one of the stronger of the defensive groups that we have. I'm definitely not hanging my hat on the defensive line anymore. Wilkins is a problem.
No, what? With the addition of Pratt, the linebacker is definitely stronger now. We got Landon. Landon is going to be a solid C plus B minus guy at the very lowest. Same thing with Pratt. He's going to be a solid B minus C plus guy too. So I think we got 2 guys that are solid, and then it's like
could be good. Devin White could be good still.
You're asking him first.
Between him and Lindenberg, bro.
Devin White is
Cody Lindenberg, man. Cody Lindenberg,
bro.
Yeah, shout out.
I like Lindenberg, but he's a rookie.
They're gonna come in the league and dominate. He's
a rookie. So I'm not expecting a whole bunch out of Cody Lindenberg. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting even the what's the other kid out of Baylor? Guy's name.
Yeah.
What the hell is his name?
Is Stone Matt Stone? Matt Stone? Nah.
Matt Jones. Is it
Matt
Matt
Jones.
Jones? It's Matt
Matt
Jones.
Jones.
What,
Yeah.
what
So
about Tommy? Is it time we see Eichenberg?
I think he's getting cut, bro. Tommy Eichenberg's getting cut, man.
I mean, we're
look,
excited about
look.
Lindenberg. Why couldn't we be
It's
excited
a
about
strong
Eichenberg?
chance. Strong chance Eichenberg gets cut. So
Yeah,
look,
Eichenberg's gone.
yeah, like I don't trust Devin
Eichenberg
White.
will definitely be gone for Amari Gaynor if they had to choose between the two.
I hope. You never know. You never know. I hope because
Really, Colin?
Amari Gaynor offers some
Ferrari
versatility. Does he
Yeah, he
know?
does
Like,
offer
he can. If you want to do like a NASCAR package and put him as an edge, he did that in college. He can play linebacker. We saw him make some plays. He obviously has the athletic traits. It's just not playing the position that long. They're still in an adjustment period there. But
Yeah,
in
he
terms of
hasn't played long
of the
enough.
tools, man, he has all the tools.
Yes. Yep. I agree. I absolutely agree. I'm scared, man.
But that's like Deontay Wilder. Yeah, the tools are there, but the skills, the tools are there, but the skills pay the bills, huh?
Isn't that the problem with Tyree? The tools are there.
Yep.
No skills.
Yep. And if you don't learn those skills early, it's hard to learn them late. We see Deontay still can't throw a jab.
He sure can.
I love him. I love a Deontay Wilder fight because it's all heart, no skill. He's gonna give it his all. He gonna hit. He gonna take a punch. He gonna go down swinging. Either you gonna knock him out or he gonna knock you out. That's the only way the fight gonna end. That's the only way to fight. You got to stop him or he gonna stop you. So
he ain't lying.
He
ain't lying.
Because I think he did. I think he still has a. He might have lost it because he lost all those fights to Fury.
Yep.
But I know at one point I think he had the highest KO percentage in heavyweight history.
Yes.
So I think the only person he didn't stop was Tavern.
Yeah, he still does because he's now 44 wins with 43 knockouts or 42 knockouts. I think it is. I got to look it up.
Yeah, I think the only decision. Because all of his wins, except I think except Tavern, was the only guy he did knock out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, that was the only one, and then he got knocked the hell out by
Fury.
Fury.
By Fury. One was a draw, then he got beat up twice, and then we all know what happened with the Great Wall.
The Great Wall.
Geely.
Come on now, man. Gile Zhang's a silver medalist, bro. He's the
that's why I call him the Great Wall. we saw how he did my guy. He did my boy dirty too.
Yeah, that's true. He did Joe Joyce dirty.
Joe Joyce dirty. Dirty.
Now there you go, though, Severe. Deontay Wilder versus Joe Joyce right now. Wouldn't you want to pay to see it?
That would be action-packed fight. That'd be action-packed fight. But it's not gonna make no money in America though. See, that's the thing. It's not the names in America. It's not gonna like everywhere else. It'll make money. It's not gonna make money in America.
Well,
thank
if
you.
you've
Not
been
America.
To the knockout canvas, what we've been talking about is all the money's in Saudi right now.
Oh yeah,
Saudi,
yeah.
And that's where, and actually, that's what we were going to break down on the boxing segment was there's actually a premium price now, the way it works on the contract. So I don't know if you remember this, Severe, but remember when Shakur kind of got mad at Turkey and he was like, man, he had his towel boys go tell me. And then later on, Shakur apologized because he didn't even understand that the way it works is if you fight outside of Saudi, there's a certain money package.
Yeah.
But when you're fighting in Saudi, that's how come motherfuckers like Canelo get $80 million.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Fight a runner.
Okay.
The premium to fight in Saudi is so high, bro.
Yeah, cheesing, baby.
It's insane. And I don't know if you believe what Terrence Crawford said that. I think that motherfucker's lying. Terrence Crawford said he's only making $10 million to fight Canelo. I think that's a lie, bro.
Yeah, he got something under the. He got something.
Maybe. Because I don't know. Because with the contracts with Turkey, are there like is there back end money as well, or is it all front end money?
I think there's back end money that he's not talking about.
He's probably guaranteed 10. But he's gonna probably make some back end money
bonus or some shit like that.
Yeah, but know what? But know what? That fight's on Netflix though.
Yeah,
That fight's on
free,
Netflix.
bro.
it is
free
on Netflix. It's free.
Yeah, free on Netflix.
That is.
Yeah,
So,
Hey,
that's
Smith, I need to
amazing.
borrow your password,
That's
bro.
amazing.
Mine's expiring. I
That's
need to
gonna
borrow your
do
password, bro.
that's gonna do crazy numbers. That's
yes,
gonna do the
It's
most.
gonna do insane.
That's gonna do
numbers.
crazy
Yeah.
numbers. It's gonna do
yeah,
crazy
no,
numbers.
and that's what we've been telling everyone is that the Canelo Crawford is getting so much advertising from the WWE. They run advertising every week. The
Yeah.
UFC's running
TKO.
advertising all the time. So
Yeah.
if you got the WWE crowd and the UFC crowd,
Whoa,
and
whoa,
they
whoa,
haven't
whoa!
even-
Don't call us crowd like that, bro. We're
No,
fans.
I'm talking about the fan base. Stop it, Leo. I'm talking about the fan base. Right?
Yeah, okay.
So and you have that group, and then the other group.
That element.
Yeah, that element, right? On top
Those
and then
hooligans.
No, because I mean, trust me, bro. The WWE helped the NBA Finals because they had Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton like doing some kind of wrestling skit or whatever the sketch was
I saw
or
it.
whatnot.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're gonna have fucking Canelo hitting.
They had Terrence Crawford. They had Terrence. I think Terrence Crawford punched somebody, didn't he? Was that recent?
That's awesome.
Yeah, he did.
Didn't Terrence Crawford wasn't he in the ring? Didn't he punch somebody?
He swung
Knocked
him
him out?
Was it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
the
see
last
it,
time I
so.
remember was Floyd punched and slapped Big Show. I remember that.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
weird. That was many, many moons ago, bro.
Yeah, many
Hey,
moons
but-
ago. Yeah.
All right, y'all, man. I gotta head out. I'm about to go prep for my other show, man. So
Hey, go
Absolutely.
ahead and,
I gotta
plug
get
it.
to work,
Yeah,
brother.
plug the show. Yeah, absolutely. Hey.
Plug the show before
Oh,
you
yeah.
go, Severe.
Yeah.
yeah, man. Hopping on with my guy, Pharaoh NFL. You know, every Thursday we do Around the Shield, so we try to have a guest tonight. My dog Turf is gonna bless us, man. So
Yes, sir.
make sure you guys slide through, man. We always bring the heat, and Turf always brings the heat as well as that great knowledge, man. So you guys tune in my YouTube channel at the Severe Raider or at Pharaoh NFL as well. So sure I tap in with your boy. Appreciate y'all having me. Appreciate Turf. Appreciate
Yes,
Angelo.
sir.
Shout out to my guy Leo.
All right, my
Hey, I'll be
guy.
listening in.
All right, brothers.
Big dog.
Yes, sir. I'll be over there as soon
All
as
right,
we
take it
finish.
easy.
We gonna finish this out with our boxing segment.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the show, man. So I'll be over.
All right, man.
Thanks,
Peace.
Severe.
Like,
Man, and we are
Leo
back.
cut out
We are
too.
back. We are back,
Yeah.
bro.
Cheeto Linus, follow him on his YouTube channel.
Yes,
El
exactly.
Presidente of the Black Hole in Inland Empire. So
Yes,
out.
sir.
yeah, that was fun for our football segment, Turf. To get
Heck
guys,
yeah. Heck yeah.
talking about
Fire.
Sincere
Oh.
McCormick.
I forgot I gotta change this back. I got one thing to fix real quick. And we good. There we go. All right, so boxing. We
Final
have
segment.
exactly 20 minutes left. Man, I am
All right.
really getting good at this stuff. We got
All
20 full minutes of our last topic. Boxing
me-
Spotlight. We've already stated Taylor versus Serrano 3 at MSG on Netflix.
Yep.
We should have already stated, and if not, we're stating it now. July 12th, Shakur Stevenson versus Zepeda in Queens. So I'm assuming that's got to be at the
It's
with-
at the Louis Armstrong Stadium where they played a U.S. Open.
Oh, see, and that's why it says Queens instead of
Exactly.
The,
So Madison
um,
Square Garden is where Taylor Serrano is playing.
correct. And then there's usually
Queens.
what's the one in Brooklyn where the Nets
That's the
play?
Barclays Center. That's
Barclays
Tank
Center. Shout out
fought.
to the
So Tank
Barclays
fought
Center.
Roach at Barclay.
Right,
Times Square was that debacle that we saw.
right,
Then
right.
Madison
right.
Square Garden, of course, is the Mecca, right? And then for the first time ever,
Right.
where they play the U.S. Open, it's all a nice, tight little 22,000 or something like that.
Right.
And they say that the seats are really cool because it actually overlooks the ring.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of
yeah.
The way the U.S. Open looks, right?
Correct,
So
correct.
That's pretty historic. And yes, it's actually 4 major fights.
Right.
It's Edgar Berlanga versus Hamza Shiraz, Shakur Stevenson versus William Cepeda. 4, and this is what we when we got cut out last night.
Right.
That's for the actual Ring Magazine champion. The winner of Shakur Cepeda will get the ring belt. So
Right.
now we're gonna have a ring champion. So if whoever wins that goes above Tank. So Tank's number 1.
Right.
Whoever wins it goes above Tank because that person will have the belt.
That's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
So, and then there's one of the people that had worked with Scully in the past, Imam Katayev, the next better Biev.
Okay.
Right, so to say, fighting against David Morrell, who you saw fight here in Vegas against Benavidez.
Yep.
That's 175, right? And then the Wasp, man, Alberto Puello versus the guy who killed someone, Turf, Subriel Matias, man.
Yeah.
Then that's for the WBC 140 title. So let's go in order of that. And then of course, they'll have some. They're gonna have Ryoto Tsutsumi, who's like they're comparing him to Shakur Stevenson, like a Japanese Shakur, but he's still growing, right?
Yeah,
He's in the free portion. So this is four major fights. The first one is Alberto Puello, who you've seen has been winning. He beat Gary Antoine Russell.
Right.
Everybody he beat Sando Martin. He just keeps beating everybody, bro. He beats everybody. So the WBC 140-pound champion is defending his belt against the former IBF 140-pound champion, but the man who has killed a man, Subriel Matias. His knockout record is still at 95%, I believe. So who you picking on that one?
I got
Matias. Knockout guy?
I got Matias.
You got Matias?
I got Matias.
Turf.
I got Matias.
Breaking my heart, man. All right. So you're picking the youngster. You're picking the young. Okay, I'm going to go the opposite way to Professor T, y'all. And I am picking Alberto Puello, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
So the first chance I got to go outside of the house to meet my mentor, former CEO of Orion Sports Management, Alan Stromblay, he came down here to watch. It was the Tank Davis. Tank Davis was on the card. David Benavidez was on the same card. So he came. So, anyways, I don't really like to bet. I'm not like you. You're the big better guy. But coming from the transplant, and this is like year 2 of my transplant.
Right.
My mentor was like, no. You guys should have a bet. So he puts $300 in for Albert Puello, right? And at the time, I was like, oh, man, I hope Puello wins, but I don't think he's going to win at all. And he was the payout was $300 gets you $1,500, I think it was, right?
Ooh,
sure enough, bro, split decision, Albert Puello, and ever since, I've been rocking with Puello, bro.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I would too.
So if there's any bets like that where it's like plus 300, plus 400, you know the rule. Boxing is 250, you always want to put the money in there. So I'm going Puello. Professor T is going Subriel Matias. The next one is David Morrell, who was the one of the 168-pound champions that Canelo was also ducking. He then fights David Benavidez at 175 and that was when David Benavidez was the interim WBC. David Morrell was the WBA interim. And they fought here in February. Benavidez wins the fight, but Morrell took him the distance, and there were moments that Morrell looked good, right? Now he's fighting the guy who's the Olympian. This guy is a knockout guy. He's 10-0 with 9 knockouts, but they're calling him future Beterbiev, Imam Katayev. Now, up to you, Turf. You're a Beterbiev guy, but are you going with the Cuban sensation who's only got the one loss to Benavidez? Tall, rangy, lefty Cuban? Or are you going with Imam Katayev, the knockout king?
I'm going with the tall and lanky. The skills pay the bills.
Really? Oh, my
I'm going with
goodness,
the tall and
man.
lanky. I'm going with the tall and lanky.
We are going to have a fun knockout canvas.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness, Professor T. Professor T is going with David Morrell, long, lengthy, southpaw Cuban style, but has good power, dances awesome. All right, man, I'm going with the knockout guy. I'm going with Imam Katayev.
Right.
And here's my theory as to why, Turf.
Yeah.
David Morrell was fantastic, and there was absolutely a great reason why Canelo didn't want to fight him at 168 because Morrell might have beaten him. Morrell has a lot of Arislandi Lara in him. Turf. Imagine Arislandi Lara, but with more power.
That's my
right?
dude. Yeah,
That's
he's one of
so
my
that's
favorite fighters too.
Yep. So that's David Morrell. The problem is, I think honestly he moved up to 175 too
Too
soon.
fast.
Yeah. So I think that 168 body is gonna feel that 175 power from Imam Katayev. So that's why I'm picking Katayev. I don't think he'll stop Morrell.
Right.
But I think Morrell will feel it, so it'll go to decision. Katayev will win. But I got Katayev. So far, man, you and I are against each other.
I know. This
I'm
is going to be a
shocked.
great show. This is going to be a great
It's
show.
gonna be a great show. I'm going to be like, see, what did I tell you?
Yeah. And we're watching this too. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we're watching this too.
We're going to be able to watch all of these.
The big one is, and it's interesting because they make it the main event, even though you and I don't think it should be the main event.
Right.
But it is what's being called as the main event, is the non-title fight at 168 pounds between Edgar Berlanga, Puerto Rico, supposedly the king of New York, versus, versus my guy that I've been telling everybody about, the UK version of Tommy Hearns, man, 6'3", 6'4", Hamza Shiraz. He was just peppering everyone at 160, and this is his first campaign at 168.
Right.
So who do you got? The knockout specialist, King Kong type fighter in Berlanga, whose only loss is Canelo.
Correct.
Or Hamza Shiraz.
I'm going with my New York guy, man, Berlanga.
Oh my
I'm
God.
going with Berlanga, bro.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Professor T. Oh my goodness.
Just
you really think Berlanga could pull it off? Huh?
I think he can pull it off. I think the experience fighting Canelo and having that confidence that he has is going to bode well for him.
Wow. I mean, I believe he does have 15 first-round knockouts. That's kind of his claim to fame.
Right.
He's got a total of 50 where opponents didn't even make it out of the first round.
Yep.
I agree with you that, that fight gave him, you call it experience. So, yeah, you got an ass whooping. That was quite the experience to get your ass kicked by Canelo. But, man, dude, I can't go against him, man.
I don't think he got destroyed by Canelo.
No, he did not.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think he got destroyed. So,
but where do you think though, in terms of how does his boxing skill set grow from that fight?
Yeah, that's a tough one because it hasn't been able to grow. It's too soon, right? I mean, that's a great question. I don't think it's done enough. I mean, he's still living it. I mean, he's still got some more fights to go to see if it really made a big change. This is definitely one of the stepping stones that'll let us know immediately, effectively, if it's right.
Well, that's true, because it could be disastrous for him that this is he did a comeback fight again after Canelo, got a first-round knockout again. Right. But now he's stepping it up, and he's thoroughly convinced he's going to destroy this guy.
Right.
Now, Hamza Shiraz has been at 160 the entire time. Finally got to fight a world title fight in February on the Super Bowl of boxing card in Riyadh, right?
Yep.
And then he had that controversial split draw with Carlos Adames from the Dominican Republic, right? But if you want to talk about experience, that was world title experience too.
Yeah, it was.
Hamza Shiraz had never been into a 12-round where dude with the belt's not just going to give it to you. So that's what makes this fight so interesting. It's very 50-50. Because you got a guy who's fighting in his hometown who's a power guy. Right. Against a guy for the first time in his career moving up 8 more pounds. And you know that when we say 160 to 168, what we're really talking about, Turf, is a 168-pounder like Berlanga really weighs closer to 200.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So there is that weight issue, right? But having said all of that, and I know you're a big believer in your New York guy, I gotta go with Hamza Shiraz. Man.
Hey, I
I
know.
gotta go with Hamza Shiraz. That working with Andy Lee. Andy Lee's one of the hottest coaches right now.
Right.
Former world champion at 160 pounds. And Andy Lee was also a lefty. And a little snippet for you guys watching us on the knockout canvas right now is what Freddie told me when I asked him, hey, why is it that when you work with lefties, you do so well against them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what he said was because when he was fighting against lefties, he had lost to enough of them. He kind of understood it from that perspective.
Right.
So then he would know how to teach a southpaw where all the holes and the openings are when you're fighting a righty, right? Now, neither one of these guys are southpaw. That's not what the point I'm making. The point I'm making is Andy Lee is a hell of a coach right now.
Yeah.
His entire career, he's
Ex-fighter. Yeah, he's a great fighter.
So he kind of understands a lot of the lines.
I didn't know Andy Lee was coaching.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. How long has he been coaching?
So when Bacole got knocked out, that was Andy Lee.
Right.
Andy Lee's been coaching Joseph Parker. He helped rebuild Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
He's working with Ben Whitaker, the drunken master, Ben Whitaker.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
No, he's got a squad, bro. Andy Lee got a squad up there in Ireland. He brings him to Ireland to train too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. So
That's awesome.
I'm going.
I like Andy Lee. I thought he was a good.
Yeah. So I'm going with Hamza Shiraz. All right, man. I'm gonna be shocked if we disagree on this one. So who we believe is the main event for the Ring Magazine 135-pound championship.
Yes.
33-0 with 27 knockouts. The boogeyman that they call him. The WBC interim champion from Mexico, William El Camarón Cepeda, challenging who I've been calling the future Pernell Whitaker of our generation. This man does not get enough credit for his body punching. He is a technician. He is an assassin. And he's just the truth, man. I just believe that he's the truth. Shakur Stevenson.
I agree. It's no question. I think he wins this fight single-handedly. I think this might be his coming out party. I think you said that, right? This might be his coming out party. This might be.
If you were betting, and I know Professor T here likes to bet. If you were betting, are you betting the over, like that it's going to go to distance, or how are you betting it?
I would bet this is going to distance.
Okay. All right. Okay. And that is where, again, I will disagree with Professor T.
Right. I don't think Cepeda is going. Yeah.
Odds are for under. I think he's going to stop this kid. I think we're going to see.
He's never been stopped, right? He's never been stopped.
Oh, yeah. William Cepeda's never even lost.
Right. But and that's why I was going to be my last question. Has he even been hurt? Has he even been hurt like that?
He was hurt in November against Tevin Farmer. Remember? Tevin Farmer knocked him down in that November Latino nights in Riyadh. That's the one where we felt Tevin Farmer should have really gotten but it was a split draw, and then they did a rematch.
Right.
So he has been hurt before. He is a very, in one respect, some of the analysts are saying this could very well be like Jose Luis Castillo versus Floyd Mayweather. Remember how the first fight was? Remember how Jose Luis Castillo and Floyd Mayweather fought the first time?
Yes.
And a lot of people still believe that that's the one fight that Floyd really
lost. Right.
Yeah. But on the other hand, man, I was telling Papa Rundown, I think this is going to be more like Floyd Mayweather versus Jesus Chavez when they fought at the Bill Graham Civic Auditorium in San Francisco, where Floyd and him were going at it.
Right.
But attrition happens, and what happened was Jesus Chavez kept getting hit with them power body shots and those uppercuts.
Right.
And then the corner threw in the towel because they didn't want to see any more.
They didn't want to see it.
So I'm betting the under on this one. I think we see a Shakur Stevenson stoppage.
Right.
But I do agree with Professor T. This is the coming out party. And after this, my question then to you becomes, if Shakur Stevenson wins, and it is his coming out party, he is now the Ring Magazine 135-pound champion.
Right.
Is everyone going to stop now with the Tank Shakur talk?
Yes, absolutely. They're going to have to, man. Shout out to Raider Paul in the building, man. Turf, I'll be in Austin July 29th if you want to link up for a cold one. I'm definitely down. The only problem is that's literally the day I think I'll be coming back from Houston from the Junior Olympics. You haven't been around, Paul, so you may have not heard, man. I got a runner in the family, bro. My youngest, Trayson, is competing in the Junior Olympics for the 200-meter hurdles. So shout out to him. He will actually be competing on the 29th, which is the finals if he makes the finals. The 28th is the semifinals where he has to run to get in. So I'll keep you posted on that one. Either way, I'm coming back on the 29th, I think, whether he makes it to the finals or not. So we'll figure it out, man. But that would be cool to link up with you, bro, and have a beer, man. That would be nice. So, yeah, I'll be on the lookout.
And Turf, can I give a shout out to Rock, man? I absolutely love Rock.
Yes, sir. Rock is in the building.
Rock, I promise you I'm not picking Usyk. I'm picking Daniel Dubois when me and Professor T talk about it next week. Because he goes, Angelo, you better not be picking Usyk. But yeah, no, it'll definitely be a very fun. Me and Professor T are going to have fun on Saturday because we're 50-50 on.
Yes, it's going to be great. Yeah.
And we even kind of if Shakur gets a stoppage, like I said, then
right.
You're going to feel bad that you didn't put any money in it.
You're right, because I'm sure the odds are pretty good. I actually probably will bet that now that you say it, because I'm betting the Terrence Crawford fight be a knockout too. So
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah, check out what the plus money is for Shakur stoppage.
Should be good.
Or how do you bet it, Turf? It's under 12? Is that how it works? Like they give you a certain
Well, you can actually bet as granular as it gets. You can bet, exactly what round. You can bet the first half of the round, second half of the round. Yeah, you can bet real granular. So you can bet, and the odds obviously go extremely up. If you're betting Shakur Stevenson for the 8th round, right? Yeah, you're going to win a lot of money if he knocks him out in the 8th round. A lot of money. So, yeah.
Well, I definitely know that it will be very exciting.
For sure.
William Cepeda's not going to come to lose, bro. He's going to leave it all out on the line. So,
every bit of it. Yeah, he's not letting that old go.
Absolutely. So no, thank you, Turf. And I'm sorry about the knockout canvas cutting short, but I think we got our cross breaking down to 135s. I think on our next show, bro, for the Wednesday, because it's on the, I'll let you choose, but it's on the same weekend as Fundura Zoo.
Okay, yep.
It's on the same weekend as Pacquiao Barrios. It's on the same weekend as Usyk Dubois.
Dang.
They're all happening on that same day, bro.
Right.
It's on the same day as Fumalele Kafu versus Jesse Bam Rodriguez.
Goodness
happening in
gracious.
Texas, by the way. I told you about that one. That's happening in Texas.
Yeah.
So that's all the cards. And then the crazy thing is it's also on the same day as Max Holloway fighting Dustin Poirier in New Orleans.
Wow.
July 19th is crazy. So,
it's going to be wild.
I'll let you choose on which weight division we should be breaking down. On Wednesday, But that was fun. Like, don't you feel like our viewers are more informed about the 135 division now?
Absolutely, 100%, 100%. So. As always, man, this was a great show. I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. I miss my guy, Spence, man. I hope you're having a great vacation. It's well-deserved, man. And hopefully you're well-rested. When you get back, man, we get that show that you are supposed to get started here, right? We want to make sure Spence gets that Patriots thing going. Yeah, I had to boo that, but yeah, he's got to get that going. And, right? You know what I mean? And get his channel going, man.
Titletown Sports on YouTube.
That's right. Titletown Sports Talk. Correct.
Titletown Sports Talk on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter,
X, all the good ones.
X.
Yeah, all of it. So hey. It's Thursday. Y'all know the schedule, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm tired today. It's a great one, but a long, good long day. It's a good, productive, long day. Yeah. Until the next time.
Oh, and then so are you gonna tell? Are we doing watch party? You'll let me know if we're doing.
Yes, for
watch party?
Saturday. Yeah, absolutely watch party. I don't have
Okay.
anywhere to go. Yeah, we'll watch partying it up.
Now you know how long those watch parties go, man.
They go
long.
5-6 hours. Yeah, we're gonna start. I just had a whole lot of stuff from the flooding last week when we started. What, an hour later, something like that. But yeah, this Saturday I should be good to go, man. I don't have anywhere.
All right, man. You guys heard it here. Saturday. Free portion starts at 3 p.m. Pacific. That would be 5 p.m.
Correct.
Turf's time. And it's 6 total fights. So watch party, and 4 of them is the ones we predicted on. So watch party on the knockout canvas. Are you going to run it on the Ultimate Raider fan too? Because
absolutely. We ain't got nothing going on, man. The Raider fans need to watch something. I'm sure they'll enjoy a little bit of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Until we get to that camp that starts and the season getting started. Then I'll start cutting off.
Yeah. It won't really start till September, right?
Right. August, right first, preseason. Once preseason starts and games start going, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, there you go, y'all. So we'll see you on Saturday for the live watch party. And if you have a chance to watch it, me and Turf will not be on, but Netflix, 3 p.m. tomorrow. Support it. It's going to be fire.
Right. And as always, the way we go out, I know Angelo, he's not a hook 'em, but hey, hook 'em.
Decomposing podcast.
Stuff handled?
Yeah.
It won't freeze?
Yeah, it only went down once, but you didn't know it.
Yeah, that's true.
It always goes down. It's never not gone down. It's just you never know it. You just don't know it because it catches itself. I had a new update last night too. So there are a few things that the last time I actually and I never do that, but I updated the application the day that we did it, and it could have been that too that just caused issue.
Yeah, I keep getting this for StreamYard where it's telling me for any StreamYards, like when I help Captain Jack, it keeps saying don't update the Chrome because for whatever reason the Chrome
is causing problems.
StreamYard. Right, so that might have been it too.
It's very possible. Very possible. Yeah. All right, man, I'm going to sleep. I'm tired.
Yeah, get some rest, bro.
Will do.
All right.
Later.